Here's to good friends. Tonight is kind of special.
Hey, where you been? It wasn't easy getting tickets for this game.
Here, Bob.
Eddie, I know exactly what I want. I want the biggest steak you got and a bottle of Lowenbrow. Steak and Lowenbrow. Dolan, you're a genius.
When you want the taste of a truly great beer, tonight, let it be Lowenbrow.
Here's to the chef. Here's to the bartender.
Out on the town, flying around, pizzas disappear. Now you're talking Friday night, now you're talking beer. Now you're talking good times, and Stroh's is smoking here.
Stroh's, fire brewed for smooth, consistent taste.
Now you're talking Stroh's, now you're talking beer. Now you're talking good times, and Stroh's is smoking here.
Deacon's my name, and bowling's my game.
Gutter ball, gutter ball.
How are you gonna score there?
Come on, 3 strikes and you're out.
We just won another round of light beer from Miller.
Yeah, light sure tastes great.
Let's fill it, tastes great.
Wait a minute.
There it is, down there.
Take your time.
8 ball in the pocket.
Bubba, this ball doesn't have any holes in it. Yeah, it does.
The score's all even.
Last frame. Who's up?
Rodney.
Rodney! Gotta be a mistake.
Hey, you kidding? It's a piece of cake.
All we need is one pin, Rodney.
Like beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
I didn't get my turn yet. I'm gonna break this time.
It's time to play the music. It's time to light the light.
It's time to put on makeup. It's time to dress up right. It's time to get things started.
Hey, man, is that Double D? Yeah, man. Well, turn it up, man.
Let's just go in and like kill all the orcs, right? They're the bad guys. Who gives a shit? We just hack and slash and we loot their dead bodies, right? Hack and slash, kill them all. You know, conquer the infidels.
Boy, that campaign sounds like a barrel of fun, doesn't it?
Somebody who's opening a refrigerator and leaning in, right, is the language of a woman. Somebody who's opening the refrigerator and being cut off halfway through that lean is the voice of like a mermaid or a siren.
They're utter shits. They're utter shits.
This is not the face of the hobby anymore. And I think there's been mistakes made in years past where people assumed that D&D players were all, you know, white dudes in a basement, which has been a faulty assumption for a lot of years and gets more and more false every day. And so it's, in my viewpoint, honestly, guys like me can't leave soon enough.
I just had to be born with empathy and a weakness for socialism and femboys.
We gotta put a little hot sauce on the taco, you know what I mean?
We want this dwarf to be the dwarfiest dwarf.
Right.
We want the elf to be the elfiest elf.
And just the dashiest dash of Tabasco.
Their voices need to carry across water.
I'm a creative. It's a huge drain, right? Because fans can be off.
When we got the descriptions, they were very adamant. They were like, try not to make it like a white blonde guy. Like, please, like, we love him, but there's like 500 million of them.
You say white lives matter, they don't. White lives don't matter because white lives aren't a thing.
Lube for their rectal adventures.
Lutherville, Marina Del Ex, Otisburg. Who's this monster? She's got her own place. Otisburg. It's a little bitty place. Otisburg. Okay, I just wipe it off. That's all. It's a little town.
We'll do it live.
Okay.
No. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
5, 4, 3.
Great, Sam.
We dumping chump. It's a landslide, sir.
On guard.
It's time to mobilize. Let's go.
A giant penis.
Did you cry? That so much. I went into the house and my wife was like, "What's wrong?" And I just crawled onto her and sobbed.
Oh my God.
Well, ain't the old opening better?
On with the show.
Hey. Why are those lights?
What's up, yo?
Good Lord. Those lights are supposed to be blue behind me.
Maybe they are.
Huh.
Carolina blue.
All right. Hopefully that doesn't portend anything anything ill for the night. DB! Starting us off right.
I got something for him already.
I love knowledge. Hey, Double D!
Hey, Dog Brother, Sword Sisters. Hell of a busy week. Hope everyone's doing awesome. Worst adventure of all time. Let's crack some skulls. Yeah, we'll get into it. Chubby Funster was talking in the chat. He's like, "Hey, I just made a video on Journeys Through the Radiant Citadel." And that's where this stems from. He's like, "I hope it was inspired by it." It actually wasn't, but then I went back and watched Chubby Funster's video, and you guys should definitely check it out. It's a very good video. A lot more serious than mine's going to be. Mine's just going to be pointing and laughing. My little re-review, as it were. Mercurius has given us 1 membership.
That's awesome.
Thank you so much.
John Osborne was the lucky recipient of that.
Guys, good to see all you here.
People are Otis Berg, John Ritter. We know it's an in memoriam at the beginning.
As you can hear, I am not alone.
Oh, that's new.
I'll make mincemeat out of you, mouse.
Ooh, there we go. No problem, Chubby. Great video. Actually,
we got you.
All right, let's hear what Ryan has to say. Ryan Nikolai.
Pay that man his money.
Give him the new one.
He beat me.
We're not gonna give you bitter dregs. We're gonna give you something even better. Something.
Well,
all right,
He loves in the breathless excitement of night, then leaves with your treasure in cold morning light.
Is that Uhura?
It's Uhura and Nurse Chapel.
Well, are they giggling at him?
I think so. We're talking about stealing their treasure. You know, obviously there's no doubt as to what that means. Yes. Cold morning. Like jumping into a military call, says Ryan, so I'll watch the madness on mute. No problem, brother. Have a beer in hand, but know that nothing slakes my thirst like a draught of bitterest dregs.
I'm going to give him that one, too. He got 3.
Getting the good morning.
Bitter dregs.
It's the old strike 1, strike 2, strike 3.
And you are correct.
No Rogan tonight. Back is acting up. Back is acting up. Yes, he did. Yeah, Spock did. Leonard Nimoy was a bit of a poet, kind of a Renaissance man, if you will. So no Rogan, but it's okay. Me and Crazy Mouse have it locked down. Hopefully
so far.
Yeah, hopefully the chat is going to be good. Kind of change things up a little, so it's actually drawing from the actual chats now instead of social stream. So if something goes wrong, we'll still see everything. Hello there, Nixit, my friend. Got a lot to talk about tonight. Prof DM on D&D sales. Soyclops, always fun.
Yes, he was. Leonard Nimoy was
indeed.
Spock. Yep.
We got Questing Beast, the midget. Actually, from what I could tell, had a pretty entertaining video going through a Forgotten Realms book of adventures. And I don't know enough about Ben, the Questing Beast, and I don't think he's a shill for Wizards of the Coast. I think he just wants money for his channel, which is, in some respects, it's fine. I got no problem with that at all. So, but yeah, he kind of tears into this book of adventures, so it's rather amusing. We had the election yesterday. Crazy Mouse reminded me I voted for a dead person.
We have something for that.
I think I know the one that's coming.
Here's a list of the players we'll be inviting to camp.
This guy here is dead.
Cross him off there.
Why didn't they cross her off the bat?
I heard that they didn't. She died in October, and the ballots were already out or something.
Yeah,
I'm not sure that works.
Ballots were already printed, I think.
And Double D Didn't look and voted for a dead person.
I don't.
He wasn't alone.
I must admit, I don't pay attention to the district alderman or whatever race that was. She was a Republican, and I was going to vote for her. So
he wasn't alone.
Oh, yeah.
She got quite a few votes.
Yeah. Back in 2000, people forget their senator died in a plane crash days before the election, and he won the election. Like people knowingly voted for a dead man, so his wife actually took his seat. Osiris, $10.
You're a bastard from a basket!
Bastard from a basket must be Wednesday. Hell yeah, make Wednesdays great again. I'm doing my part.
Wagga.
All be thankful we don't live in communist New York City. Looking forward to tonight's Lair Chat with the boys. Looking forward to engaging with you people, too. You fine.
Our chat
folks.
is like a Lowenbrow commercial. All dudes. No goofy broads.
Wasn't it great to see those commercials?
Yeah.
Like the Miller Lite one. There's one chick in it.
The scorekeeper.
Yeah, the scorekeeper. She's obviously just kind of a bimbo-y, which is fine. It's a
who they should have had? Remember those? Were they the Landers sisters that were on Love Boat every once in a while?
No, yeah. No, it wasn't the Landers sisters. It was
check it out.
Yeah.
Who were the sisters?
Yeah. They were always he's right. They were always on Love Boat or Fantasy Island. They were very, they were busty if I'm remembering correctly. The good old days. Yeah. Those really did bring back memories watching football on Sunday afternoon.
I told Double D when they showed that one for Stroh's spelled backwards is shorts, and that was the name of our intramural.
Oh yeah,
Judy and Audrey Landers.
There we go.
Double
crazy,
D, come
crazy
on.
mouse right again. Well, I was getting confused because
the advice column ladies.
The Ann Landers. That's what was confusing me. Yes. So at least I can justify my my doubt, but I should know that by now. Just go with whatever Crazy Mouse says about this.
$2 cash.
At least the candidate was dead and not the voters. That's true. This is true. Although around here, not much difference. Ooh, the 87-minute mark. Hi, good to see you, Wayne. So this is funny. Last night, we'll do a little election stuff. As we know, the socialist, Islamist won mayor of New York City. But if this is true, this is funny. At his rally before the official result, sometimes people just gather. Somebody hacks saying Trump is your president.
Oh, in the Knicks logo.
In the Knicks logo. People were booing after a little bit. Get it off. So somebody managed to get that in.
We're done hiding. We're done. We're done being tortured.
So who do you think they're talking about? He's talking about here, Crazy Mouse.
Well, I see a Gap commercial. That'd be Old Navy, so Lindsay Lohan. She's the new Old Navy spokesperson.
This is actually this is an Islamist who is saying that he's tired of being hunted and tortured and hurt, as if Muslims are being hunted down in the big cities of the U.S. But he's got a message for America.
And hurt and judged. This is the correct religion. This is the religion that all of humanity needs to be upon, of Islam. And we will not stop until it enters every home.
Ooh, not stop. Is that a threat, do you think? Threat or a promise?
My goodness gracious.
So I want you to repeat after me. I want to hear it in every single district. It should tremble. Brooklyn should hear it. The Bronx should hear it. Queens should hear it. Say it as if the Ummah depends on this, my brothers and sisters.
Yes. What do you think he's going to say? He's going to say something that thousands of people, it's the last thing they've ever heard before somebody in a body bomb explodes. The dynamite vest.
La ilaha illallah! Muhammadur Rasulullah!
What you voted for, New York City?
God worthy of worship except Allah, the God of Jesus, the God of Moses, the God of Abraham, and the God of the last and final prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
First of all, Christ is Lord. Let me correct you there, my violent friend. And Mohammed married a 9-year-old girl. That is a fact. That is just a fact. So do with that. Did you know that, Crazy Mouse?
I did not.
Prophet Muhammad, in the blessed Quran, you'll hear all these people get venerate the Holy Quran. It's such a beautiful text, except the part where they talk about Muhammad marrying a 9-year-old girl.
They leave that part out. Kind of in the sports world, how they always talk about Karl Malone, and they always leave out that he got a 13-year-old pregnant.
Yeah.
And then they're like, no, she was 14. No. She was 13 when he knocked her up. Yeah. She was 14 when she gave birth.
Yeah.
Right.
Which hurts because, as a player, I loved Karl Malone. But,
I never did.
Yeah, you never did. I guess you had those good instincts even back then.
I got Ultra.
Say Christ is Lord. Say Christ is Lord. Say it.
2026 Crusade when? Deus Vult, Christ is King. Amen, brother. Amen, amen, amen. Yes. There's
Titties might be correcting
you guys. I was
married when she was 6.
Oh, consummated at 9. Yes, there you
Even
go.
better. Yeah. Goodness gracious. Disgusting.
Well, get used to it, New York. You're gonna have a lot more of that, and then you're gonna have a lot more of this too. All these women walking around making these kind of videos. I was literally just walking, and a man came up, and what?
Literally just walking, and a man came up and punched me in the face. Oh my god, it hurts so bad.
Well, Zoran's got a he's got the cure for that.
Free bus fare.
Yeah, free bus fare and social workers. They're not going to call the police. They're going to get you two together in the same room, and they're going to say, hey, why don't you just apologize for that? And then they'll probably leave and say, you guys, just get better acquainted.
Out of nowhere, this man just came up and hit me in the face.
She got a shiner, too.
I literally just got punched by some man on the sidewalk. He goes, sorry, and then punches me.
Oh my actual god, I literally just got punched in the face by a homeless man. I just got punched in the face on the subway.
Yeah, how many of you voted for that? Yeah, how many of you voted for that? It's called suicidal empathy that these women engage in. Empathy so lax that it will result in their destruction, as well as the men that they love. Hey, Psalms for the poor. Love it. Good to see you here, my friend. Spread the word, everybody. Edgelord, $2. PDFs, bombs, and beheadings. Yeah. But no bacon. Get the fuck out. Yeah.
I do have a serious question. Is why are flags at half today?
Dick Cheney.
Dick Cheney.
VP under Bush.
Oh, the former vice president. Okay.
Yeah. Dick, he died. Was it yesterday?
Okay.
Yesterday or the day before. DB for 2. They'll get what they voted for, and we can laugh. Yeah, I mean, I hate to say it. At some point, if you're bound and determined to drag the world down with your suicidal empathy, when death comes looking for you, all you can do is laugh, or whatever that quote was from Gladiator. And if you were in doubt, I mean, he doesn't really deny it. I'll give Mamdani one thing. He doesn't run from this. He's not one of these guys that's like, I'm going to pretend not to be a commie when I get in. At least he's open about it. And, 50% in New York, wants it. To each according to their need, each according to their ability. Almost a direct lift from Karl Marx, the father of communism.
Who is the guy that was losing to other? Like, how you can vote for this person, or other?
Locally or nationally?
No, it was nationally.
And I'm not sure.
It was.
Sure. Help him out, Chet.
Was it the guy in the red hat yesterday? There was the guy from New York City, and then he beat Cuomo.
Curtis Sliwa.
And then maybe he was losing to other, and he joked about it.
I don't think so, because he got 7%. Cuomo got 41%. And Mamdani got 50. So there was only 2%.
Oh, so that wasn't him.
So
then.
Might have been somebody else.
So Did this Sliwa guy take away votes from Cuomo?
Theoretically, but it wouldn't have mattered because
when you add them together, they still lost to him?
When they added them together, it's still below 50%.
Okay.
And I wouldn't. And if I was Sliwa, I wouldn't have gone out. Look, he was the legit Republican nominee. Republicans got together and nominated him. Was he the best candidate? No. And all the Republicans telling him that he had to drop out so they could elect Cuomo, a guy who sentenced old people to death in old folks' homes during COVID, like literally locked him in there. Fuck that, man. I don't blame him for saying fuck you. Tell Cuomo to drop out. You know, and look, New York's getting exactly what they deserve. Yeah, I bring Islam and the Sharia. You know, we still get to keep our rights. Yep, every white chick looking back at their grandmother 50 years from now. And yep, the biggest threat to America is not Hamas, Venezuelan gangs, or violent migrants. Upper middle class, primarily white women who would import all of the above to destroy the country in order to satisfy their suicidal empathy. It's from Asmongold. New Yorkers paying $4,500 a month for a 200 square foot apartment. Getting woken up by a 5 a.m. call to prayer next year. Might not be that soon, but it's coming. Yep. Never thought the leopards would eat my face, sobs the woman who voted for the leopards eating their face party. Funny how that works. Oh yeah, and then we have the Queers for Palestine. I voted for Zoran. Yay, you're still getting thrown off the building. You're still getting stoned to death. And if they had their way, if you're a woman who tried to get educated, they would throw acid in your face. Antonio, $5.20, $5. Good to see you, sir. Former soldier got a job offer. Homeland Defender Immigration Services offer. Out of retirement and back to fighting Muslims, but now at home. God bless, sir. I hope the fight goes well. Yep, hope the fight goes very, very well for you, Antonio. God bless you.
Look who showed up. Look who showed up.
Mikael. Hail, hail. Hail, hail, brother. Don't feel safe in my own neighborhood? Yeah, you literally voted for it. Oh, and Mom Donnie. I bet you probably heard Crazy Mouse that Mom Donnie doesn't like billionaires.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who do you think he's got his arm around there? It's a billionaire. Alex Soros. He's George Soros's kid. I guess he only likes their billionaires. It's not billionaires in general. It's more billionaires who just want to make money or might be aligned to the right. Travis, we're gonna have a stream with Travis, not this coming Saturday, but the following, talking about his launch or his jousting Kickstarter. It's gonna be lit.
Lanterns are lit.
So are the tits. All this brought back, of course, is going around X, the great Norm Macdonald. Terrifies me as if ISIS were to detonate a nuclear device and kill 50 million Americans. Imagine the backlash against peaceful Muslims. Yeah. Yes. I assume you guys already know this. But like he's promising rent control. Mom Donnie, rent control never works. If you're a
that's how they explained Friends. Do you remember that TV show called Friends?
I remember.
And they lived in those that massive apartment, and people were like, how the hell could they afford that? And the writers had to write it into the script, because of rent control.
Mm-hmm. I hope it was part of the show then that the landlord didn't fix things and basically was just letting the apartment fall apart because there's no motivation. If you're a landlord, I'll get to that in a moment. You should be able to charge market price for your property. If you have 100 people lined up, you're going to charge $2,500, and you have 100 people lined up to pay that. Why should the government come in and say no? You can only charge $1,500. So we all know what happens. The landlords end up selling out, and the people that they sell to, a lot of times, they're just these big places that just accumulate these properties. And yeah, maybe they'll service them. They service them really shitty.
Schneider from One Day at a Time.
Yeah, you don't get that personal touch like Schneider.
Hey, Miss Romano.
Not that Manhattan has obviously a lot of space for, building new apartments, obviously. But, occasionally I know places will come up and they'll get renovated into residential housing. Well, that is not going to happen, because why would you renovate anything for residential housing in any of the 5 boroughs of New York when you're going to lose money? I mean, it's profit motivation. So this is all stuff that sounds good on paper, but it never works in practice. And then the irony is that over time, what ends up happening is rents actually go up faster than they would if you had just let the market decide. So it's kind of like with the minimum wage. Everybody thinks if you artificially, increase it, it's like some magic pill, but the market decides. Go to what your local McDonald's is hiring at. That's the minimum wage in your area. So, Cal for 2. How do, my friend? How do? I got something for you.
Your name is Toby.
That's right, it is. Beat Crazy Mouse. I have it on a quick.
Dirty.
Got on a quick leash there. Crazy
As
Mouse.
Norm would say, you dirty dog.
Scooped him. Can't wait until Newsom converts to Islam. Oh yeah. He'll be like what's his name, Justin Trudeau up in Canada. He'll. Hopefully it'll be the end of his campaign when he puts a turban on and God, these people, the way they patronize the minorities that they portend to represent, it really is funny. Yeah, Mac, rent control, free food, basic, universal, free healthcare, free subway, basically an 8 million client welfare city. Yeah, which is great as long as you can find somebody to pay for it. Look, socialism is essentially you holding a gun saying you're going to pay for this. You rich people, you're going to pay for it. If not, we're going to throw you into jail for tax evasion. It's like, all right, well, they'll just move to fucking Florida or Texas. No state income tax there anyway. I'm surprised there's even that many in New York right now. I mean, Dallas is already becoming kind of like Wall Street South. There's no reason to stay in New York City. I mean, none whatsoever, unless you want to get mugged or, have your throat slashed by an Islamic lunatic. Jeffrem for $10.
2 snaps, a twist, and a kiss.
Right. New Crazy Mouse would like that one.
I love that one.
If I lived in New York, I'd get out as soon as possible. Even if it meant flying out into space, even if it was commanded by pigs.
Oh, you dirty dog.
He hit it in there. With your cleaner.
The controvertible episode of Pigs in Space.
Cleaner and nicer than commies. Yes, I agree. Pigs are preferential to commies. But yeah, so that's my thing. What's going to happen? Who knows? The problem is you can, like, Venezuela didn't fall apart right away. Everybody was like crowing about, oh, what a great miracle. Venezuela is so cool. It took a while for things to fall apart, but as the great Margaret Thatcher said, you eventually do run out of other people's money in socialism. And now, Venezuela is a shithole. Cuba has been a shithole for more than half a century.
Got a celebrity in there.
Yep. G2 peace. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. None of this stuff ever works. Look, if it worked, everybody would be doing it. We're the only morons who are listening to these 20-something-year-old women who are dragging us into something that doesn't fucking work. I thought we ended this 35 years ago when the wall fell. Wouldn't you think the wall falling was kind of proof that shit didn't work that way? But no, we got to do things hard. Men have not told women to, nicely at first, but eventually, please shut the fuck up. You are literally destroying our country. Now, the only good thing I heard is that the Somali mayor candidate, that Omar Fatah, in Minneapolis. Now, he didn't win, but I mean, the guy that he lost to is like only half a step better than him. He's not a full-out open socialist. He's just kind of a milquetoast socialist, whatever that guy's name is. He's the one that I think was kissing black people's feet after George Floyd or something like that. I don't know, something really retarded.
Buy a brother a cheeseburger.
Mhm.
Remember that guy?
Oh, yeah, in the car, yeah.
I took some blacks to lunch today.
Take some blacks to lunch. Badger for 5. New York City tax base is going to shrink like George Costanza in a swimming pool, a cold pool. Yes, indeedly do. Hey, Spin, how do? So sick of you SOBs bashing my politics, my religion, and now my mayor. I'm going to keep super chatting all night so you can't speak, bitches. Thank you very much. Much appreciated.
And Chris Miller, he's here, but it sounds like he's baking a cake.
If I knew you were coming, I'd have baked a cake, baked a cake, baked a cake. Oh, his wife's birthday.
Happy birthday, Mrs. Miller.
Get free leave. I think he said we have a gift basket coming.
Oh, that's nice. Well, here's
$1,000.
Hey, I got to know.
Chances are New York City will try to implement an exit tax. Yeah. Mad Relic. Yeah. And it's funny because I heard Greg Abbott, the governor of Texas, saying, well, we actually want to make sure that these people mean business. So we're going to have an entrance tax into our state. In other words, don't be bringing your faggy New York City politics down to Texas with you. Don't ruin your fucking state and then go to another state and then start having, 2 election cycles later, start having doubts. Yeah, you know what? We really should have empathy for these immigrants. And
how long can you be mayor? How many terms?
It depends on the locality. Like I think ours, it's maybe was it 2, 3? I think it's 3 4-year terms, so 12 years total. I think. In our
there was
area.
the morning mayor.
it's a local DJ.
I was so confused as a youngster.
Yeah.
I truly thought we had a morning mayor.
Yeah, one of the DJs called himself the morning mayor. Yeah. Oh boy. All right. I need control for just a moment.
You got it.
Let me. We'll talk a little D&D sales.
Steve says Texas is full. Move along now.
Yeah.
Nothing to see here.
And Florida the same way. They are saying the exact same thing.
Sigil is dead.
All right. I have this at
A
7.
girl won governor of Virginia.
Oh, yeah.
I saw that. I said to Mrs. Mouse last night, I didn't know girls could be governors. I got a crooked eye look.
Got a crack across the chops there. Okay, yeah, you can.
I didn't know girls were allowed to be governors.
Matter because a company like Hasbro makes so much money. Which brings us to how much is the 2024 edition.
He looks like he's working a pompadour there, doesn't he?
Got some nice hair for a guy his age.
He does, but it looks like he just came from the barber.
He's got the spit curl.
Yeah, he's
got this rocking the Superman spit curl.
What is it? Sha-na-na? Is he Bowser?
Actually selling. During last week's conference call, Hasbro CEO Chris Cox said it was, quote, the strongest start ever for D&D books. Notice that language. It's very spongy. It's the strongest start for D&D ever.
He calls it spongy. I call it nebulous at best and misleading at worst.
They don't release hard data on that. They release numbers, but not specific D&D sales numbers. This is data from BookScan, courtesy of Roll for Combat. It does not count direct sales, online sales, independent game store sales, or digital sales. So with that in mind, the 2014 Dungeons & Dragons core rulebooks sold a combined 276,000 copies in the first year of release.
So we're talking about the 2014 5th edition books here for comparison.
How much has D&D 2024 sold? According to BookScan, the Player's Handbook has sold 51,000 copies, the DMG 28,000 copies, the Monster Manual 18,000 copies, a total of a little less than 100,000 copies.
Can you press pause? Which order did they come out?
Player's DM's Guide and then
So as people bought the first one, they realized this kind of stinks. I don't need to buy the next one. And then when they
Sort
bought
of.
the
I think a lot of it is, of course, everybody needs the player's handbook, so that's obviously always going to be your biggest seller. And then some players will get the DM's guide. Every DM will get the DM's guide, but some players will also get it. So, it'll be, obviously less than the player's handbook, but it should be okay. And then the monster manual. I mean, there's really no reason for the players to have the monster manual. I know a few might get it.
I like my theory better. But
We'll
yours unfortunately makes a lot of sense.
Less than half of the 2014 version. I actually think Shadow Dark may have sold more physical copies of at least the D&D Player's Handbook. Now, I can hear the objections. It doesn't count direct sales. It doesn't count digital. That's true. Maybe they did sell 200,000 more copies. But let's take a look at the data that Hasbro released.
The thing is, if you're talking PDFs, there is especially with younger people, there's a layer of piracy built in. They're just gonna go get the book because they really don't have. I don't think they have many qualms about doing that kind of stuff. I think a lot of like Zoomers, they'll justify it by being like, pay for a PDF. I can't even afford to make my rent payment.
I like hard copies. I don't like reading stuff like that.
Yeah. Now, sometimes I like the PDF just because, my eyes are not the best these days.
Well, you can scroll it at your leisure, or you can sneak it in at work or whatever,
But essentially, I do like both, I should say. So I like to have both on hand. So I think there definitely are PDF sales, obviously not being counted. But you're more likely to get PDF sales from folks our age who are a little bit more honest, who will be like, okay, maybe I'll test the PDF out, but if I like it, I'll either buy a physical copy or I'll just buy the PDF if I think it's worth it because I want to support these people because I have the money to do so. Younger people, I don't know if they quite skew that way. I think they're more apt to just kind of justify the theft of something via PDF. It's a theory, I grant you. But to me, it makes sense. Yes, the best-selling D&D book of all time only sold half as many copies as... Yeah, it's funny. He says spongy, with all due respect, Prof, and we love you. I think it's very misleading. You shouldn't be afraid to call these people out. It's extremely misleading.
I love the phrase girl math, Chris. I have to bust it out on my wife and 2 daughters every now and again.
Yeah.
With their earnings call. In the latest earnings call, Wizards performed exceptionally well. Revenue was up 43%.
Now you look at these numbers, you're like, holy shit, tabletop gaming, they're killing it. But Prof is, of course, going to tell us something that anybody who's delved into their financials, and I have done so too. Remember, I am a CPA. But there's not much to tell because...
And I'm a dasher.
Yeah. They're so purposely misleading that they are trying to bury some information, and he'll tell you why.
Tabletop gaming increased 49% over the last 3 months, compared with those same 3 months in 2024. But that includes Magic the Gathering, which saw the release of Edge of Eternities and Marvel's Spider-Man.
Yeah, so that number is not just D&D. If you saw tabletop gaming, you're like, oh shit, D&D's doing good. No. Not only is Magic included, like Magic is by far the biggest part of that number. And he may throw out a number here. Yeah, it's well over 90% from what I can
Man crossover events. Wizards' tabletop division is made up of Magic and D&D, and we don't know what percentage each makes up.
Gee, I wonder why. They're protecting the one over the other. Because they know people will pick it apart. But look if it's true, it's true.
I would estimate Magic makes up about 80% of the sales, and I think that's conservative.
I think it's conservative too. I think it's between 85 and 90. Magic is just so big. And
Magic the Gathering.
Mm-hmm. You can buy it anywhere. I mean, not anywhere, but it's more readily available. There's more of an impulse. You're at the hobby shop or you're at Target or something like that. It's like, I'm going to go pick up a pack of Magic cards. Now, I've never gotten into Magic myself, but I do understand the allure of it. And it was well conceived. It's very well conceived because, hugely conservative Badger. Yeah. I I think it's 90%.
Tabletop gaming increased 49%, and Magic the Gathering is 80% of that. Then D&D sales increased about, what, 16%? Not bad, but does that sound like a record-breaking new edition?
No. Nope.
Like and subscribe. It really helps the channel.
But they said it was the strong...
Our friend Hungar.
I'm the Secretary of State. Brought to you by Carl's Jr. Why do you keep saying that? Because they pay me every time I do.
Good to see you here, brother.
Longest start ever for D&D books. I know what they said. I get that in the comments all the time. But they said this, as if what a CEO says is true. In addition
hold on. Is Warhammer and Magic totally different games?
Yeah. Warhammer.
Okay.
Warhammer is the has like the miniatures to it.
Is that the one Jim plays?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I have a couple of armies too.
Okay.
More space related. Magic is just cards, just dead. That's why it's like a pack of like baseball cards or something.
And then like one trumps the other one.
Well, yeah, there's kind of a chase rare element to it. Like, ooh, I'm going to buy this pack. Maybe I'll get that super duper rare card that's only in one of every.
Like the Shazard or something?
Yeah. Like, Charizard or,
Yeah.
Like Pokemon. Yeah.
Oh, that's Pokemon.
That's Pokemon. But,
okay.
But same concept.
Okay.
Same concept for Magic. They'll bury a super rare card in. And that's to get you to keep buying. And guess what? It works. Now, if you're really into it and you're smart, you'll just buy it on eBay and pay, because you'll probably end up saving money anyway than just continually buying like cases of cards. But
full-time English teacher and a full-time YouTuber, I also have a job in securities analysis, which requires me to listen to conference calls and read annual reports. This is ConAgra, and in this book are all the deets on beefaroni. Here's
wow, what?
Reminds me of the Seinfeld with the horse. Remember Kramer was feeding it beefaroni.
Yep. Rusty.
Another company I have to look at. It's Tesla. The CEO has made claims that everyone's going to have an Optimus robot in 10 years and it's going to be able to cook them breakfast. Now, he could say that and it might be true, but it's my job to be skeptical. When Chris Cox says it's the strongest start ever, what exactly does that mean? Does that mean first week sales? Those first week sales, do they count pre-orders? Do they count the number of players' handbooks?
Snake Oil Sean giving us 5 memberships.
You have nice manners for a thief and a liar.
I may have a surprise later on, and it involves the voice behind that.
Ooh.
I may do an after hours, like maybe just an on the fly, like member only. I'll make this. YouTube allows this now.
Well, you know who can show up for those? At Atomic, Bag of Dice, Tomacho, Charles. You're invited now.
Yeah. I'm going to try to bring back a movie, like going through a movie. And I know sometimes YouTube will catch on and the worst that happens is they just shut the stream down until you stop doing it. So it's not a huge deal. But yeah. So yeah, I'll let you guys brew on that later. They made Aragorn from Lord of the Rings. Oh, did they really? And you're talking about the Magic the Gathering. Yeah. I mean, it's all Wizards of the Coast. So now, it's not the old Wizards of the Coast. It's the new Wizards of the Coast. So yeah, that's what you get.
Sold at Gen Con, I think that was 5,000. Do they count that? Is the start the first week, the first month? We don't know. Nobody knows. Movies do this same sort of accounting jujitsu when they count the Thursday preview numbers along with the weekend numbers. And they do that to pump up the numbers so that when they release them on Monday, people think the movie was a hit. It's not up to me to prove I'm right. It's up to the CEO to prove I'm wrong. That's why Chris Cox gets paid $16.8 million a year. The bottom line, I think...
With all due respect, and I think Prof knows this. It's his job to make his company look as good as possible to the shareholders and the public at large, without making false statements that they could be sued over. That's all it is. So they will. These statements are not given off the cuff. Like legal goes through and if they're smart, they'll give it to legal and they'll be like, hey, are there any claims here that we could get in trouble over? Legal will just go through and like, no, just use this language or change this.
I mean, I'm good with, and hey, that's your profession. I do have a medical billing and a legal billing background. I'm good with numbers. You can make them do whatever you want them to do.
Oh, yeah. No, you're great. You're great with numbers. Look, I'm a CPA, and I will fully admit, like sometimes you hear like crazy amount. Like you said earlier, he doesn't know the difference between 40K and magic. The Crazy Mouse's mind, though, for like math is like unbelievable.
Well,
it's
I've always been good with
times.
it, but like I did work at a law firm doing legal billing, and
but there was a reason you were the best at it.
Yeah, and then
like
I got poached to go do some medical billing.
Yeah,
I mean, but you could make numbers be whatever you want.
Oh yeah, yeah, and that's why I would trust someone like you, like looking at something like that, even if you didn't have like an operative background. I think you're the type of guy that could go in and like understand numbers, kind of the way they kind of flow and what they tell you. I have some gift for that too, but you have
for sure.
But that mine is more of a learned gift in some respects. Yours, I think, is completely natural, because I really don't know anybody who's as good with numbers as Crazy Mouse is.
Thank you.
Chris, all I know is that some of the pundits' books have been ahead of Wizards of the Coast D&D books on both Amazon and Drive-Thru. Wow. Sometimes for substantial lengths of time. I've said this before. There's no buzz around this game. I don't care how many people played it at Gen Con. Just nobody seems to be like talking about it. If they do, they're just like, oh yeah, we're just doing 5e or whatever. Like there's no like, holy shit, did you get the new edition? Holy fuck, oh, blah, 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 blah. It's great. And maybe we'll see in a moment, there's nothing good being produced for it. Even if the original 3 books weren't anything but just kind of an update, there's certainly nothing good and new in there. But certainly any of the new stuff is also just underwhelming.
Hasbro is an okay stock. They had a good quarter. Chris Cox says the next quarter looks bright, and I agree with him. And what he said is directionally accurate. I think D&D sales are up. They're just a little soft. Now, that may change with the premiere of Stranger Things later this month. And Christmas, of course. Time will tell the whole story. But that's what I think. What do you think? Share in the comments below.
Yeah,
and
you can tell Stranger Things is coming out because at grocery stores they have like Stranger Things themed like pizza boxes.
Mhm.
I don't know what brand it is, but they have stuff coming out.
And I think this is the last season, if I'm not mistaken.
Them kids are getting pretty old.
Yeah, they're going to be old enough to have kids of their own, I think. Look, anytime I understand the boost they get, and hey, God bless them for it. But that's ephemeral. You can't build a product line around like a tie-in, like a Hollywood tie-in, which essentially Stranger Things is. I mean, it's just putting the cart before the horse. There's no sizzle there. There's no like, oh, I got to have it. And look, we have seen that kind of stuff in the OSR. We're waiting for Greg's game. When it came out, fucking beautiful. I don't know. I think they're in trouble, but the problem is, as I've always said, Hasbro has such deep pockets. They can just kind of label it a loss leader and just take eternal losses. They'll just borrow from Magic the Gathering, borrow from Peter to pay Paul, borrow from Magic to pay D&D. Kind of like how the NBA has propped up the WNBA for
30 years.
And nobody even questions it really anymore. I mean, you could say it's true, but the NBA is not going to stop doing it. And it's not like women's basketball is going to be like, hey, you know what? Like, we got to get here on our own steam. It's just not going to happen. They're just, if somebody's going to give you, it's not even charity anymore, just welfare. You're going to get them addicted to it. So, and D&D will be addicted to Hasbro's welfare. And that's why they can afford to have profoundly untalented people churning out this garbage. Speaking of which, let's do another one. I'll need control here for just a moment, buddy, and then you can have it back. Okay.
Welcome back to Questing Beast. I'm Ben.
All right, get through Ben's initial here. We all know Questing Beast. He certainly doesn't need me to send him anybody, but he can be entertaining. I know. He claims he's OSR. I don't know. Who am I to say if he is or not?
Hold up.
I know he's very small. I saw him at Gen Con. He's a very small Fae.
Titties and Beer wants to know, is that an actual book?
They're structured really well. In fact, these are pretty much all...
It looks like the cover is sideways.
One-page dungeons, which kind of blew my mind when I first looked at it.
Okay, so this is Forgotten Realms. I think it's called Adventures in Faerun. And these are a bunch of like one-page adventures that he's going to go through. And some of these are kind of instructive.
One-page dungeons or one-page adventures are a fantastic idea, frequently used in the OSR. In fact, there is a one-page dungeon competition that goes on every year for people to write these things. These things stick with control panel layout, which means that everything you need to know is on one page or on a two-page spread. There's no flipping back and forth. You can just look at that page and go with it. There's some other nice touches.
Yeah, so I'm not opposed to this either. These little one-page adventures to kind of get you going, or you're behind the 8 ball and the group's coming and you need a couple of hooks to put out there. This is fine.
Here where there's a good map.
In theory.
All of the rooms are named instead of numbered, which is smart. That speeds up comprehension so you can see immediately what the room is. They're all labeled with what level they're for and even the kind of adventure. This is a deity type adventure for level 1. So on the surface, when I look at this sort of thing, it looks like...
What does he mean like the rooms are named?
Instead of a map key, like in most maps, it'll be like room 1, room 2, room 3, and then you'll go to a key, or you'll go in here. Here, they're just putting the names on the map, which I don't necessarily mind in certain situations. I think it works.
So that would say like
kitchen, or whatever. Like sitting room, or I don't know.
All right. Or anything
in modern D&D, playroom, video game room, whatever.
The influence of indie RPGs and the OSR is actually having an impact. These adventures look much easier to run at a glance than what we see in a lot of big 5e campaigns, which I've flipped through in the past, which have these long run-on chapters and things moving from one page to another. Things are hard to find. This is all easily referenceable. But then I started actually reading them.
It's kind of like they're aping without understanding, because they did this in the box set too, because they're like, oh, this stuff might work, this stuff might work. It looks like it'll work, but the content is just, it's not up to snuff. And so too with this, they're like, oh, let's do one-page adventures. Oh, cool. Do you have the horses to be able to write such a thing? And the answer is unequivocally no. For the most part, no.
Like a bunch of little Jimmy Deans.
Oh, I told you, he is a very, very small guy. Like I was like shocked at how small he was. It's one of those guys, like, you remember the Three Stooges, like somebody would like come up like swinging their arms, and he would just kind of like put their hand on their head, and they just keep like swinging into
Swinging into a space.
Swinging into a space.
In The Curse on Humble Hill, the situation is that the hamlet of Humble Hill is beset by failing crops, sickly livestock, and illness. And it turns out that this is all being caused by Algar Gaunt, a mage apprentice who sold bad fertilizer that is making all everyone's crops go bad. You need to seek him out and bring him to justice. So how does this adventure actually go? Step 1 is finding Gaunt. You need to search the region to figure out where this guy went to. And as you search it, you're going to get random encounters, which are over here. You can roll on those. After each encounter, a character can make an intelligence check, investigation, and if it's successful, you find a clue that takes you to his lab. Of course, the question is, what happens if you don't pass those checks? This is a classic case of an investigation depending entirely on players passing certain rolls. And if they don't, then it just can't proceed forward. Very
Game's
weird.
over. We'll see you next week. What'd you
Start
roll?
a new game.
What'd you roll? A dirty 7. Okay, next. Yep. What'd you roll? 10. All right. You guys.
Been a pleasure, guys.
Yep. See you later.
There are not even any concrete clues that would give you in order to take you to this place. You just have to make these up as you go.
Exactly.
And what happens if you finally make it to his actual lab? Well, you travel in through here, and there is a psychic gray ooze in a puddle that you can fight. What's in the rest of the rooms? Nothing. Nothing is keyed for them at all. Now, because they are keyed with a name, you could make up some objects in them, but by default, there's really nothing interesting there to find. There's a trash bit over here, so maybe there's some trash, some fertilizer, some empty cages.
Trash, fertilizer, empty cage. Sounds like modern D&D to me. Doggo, for 10 pounds.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
I know I am.
I am.
Bit late to the stream, but I can confirm. People of my generation would rather pirate PDFs for official games rather than pay for it, even if they do like it. I wonder what causes this mentality myself. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, it could be, you know, sometimes, look, if you're like a Zoomer, you know, or, you know, someone younger, and you just hate, let's say you're a little based and you hate Wizards of the Coast, why would you want to enrich Wizards of the Coast? Well, who am I to stop you there? You know, and then, but like I said, even the ones that are more apt to buy this shit, theoretically, they won't, because they'll find an excuse. They'll invent something. Badger for 5.
Oh my god! They killed
Rogan.
you bastard!
It's a cargo cult. They're going through the motions, but have no real understanding on how things are supposed to work, much less making it engaging. Yeah, it's just kind of become self-referential. You know, a lot of folks have pointed that out. I know Pundit has pointed that out. I know Greg Gillespie has pointed that out over time. When you start referencing yourself, that's when the party's over. The party is over, and you can't end the party when people are still willing to throw, you know, money at you. Get stuck as a DM. Think of a bowling alley, each lane. Yeah. Yep. Every DM kind of has their own process, you know, for what to do. Now you know what I think would have worked better. I know it's a nice gimmick, these 1-page adventures. Honestly, 2 pages would be a little bit better. I think you'd be able to. They're still compact enough to where if you open up the physical book, everything is right in front of you, so you're looking at it. But it does give you just a little bit more. But then that would mean making, you know, someone like Mackenzie de Armas come up with twice as much content, and she just can't do it.
What are you doing as you're traveling through here? Well, you're just trying to find this one guy. He's over here. If you try and fight him, he runs all the way back through here and up this ladder to the surface, and you have to chase him down. That's the whole adventure.
Put a pin in that, Chris. Put a pin in that.
Someone who reads and reviews and plays lots of low-level adventures, this sort of thing just doesn't cut it today. It's extremely linear. It's gated by these intelligence checks that you have to pass. And then when you get to the actual location-based adventure, and I love location-based adventures, there's nothing to do here. Now, you might...
They're writing to their market. Like they have trained a generation of players to be like this, you know, to run games like this and to play games like this. So, look, we saw it in the box set. For a moment, they were like, hey, it's up to you. Sky's the limit. And then people were getting fussy that there was no overarching plot. Because there always has to be an overarching plot. It can't just either develop, or it can't just be the players just doing a hit and run on something. There has to be a fucking plot to everything nowadays.
Respond to that, this is a 1-page adventure. There's really not a whole lot you can fit onto here. It's going to be extremely minimal. And that's not true either. Go onto the 1-page dungeon contest and just download the winners from the last 10 years of it. Enormously complex, rich, interesting, entertaining adventures can easily be packed onto 1 page if you know how to write them correctly. As one example, this is a...
And to be fair, to be a 1-page adventure, it should be 1 full page of text and then the map on another
That's
page.
a half a page of
that
an
is
adventure.
A half-page adventure, yeah. So.
A book I wrote called Summer's End that is just full of 1-page adventures. So, for example, here's the dungeon The Alchemist's Repose.
Yeah. I mean, even though it's a smaller book size, that's the right idea. That's what you would want.
We've got a map of the area, and there's, 8 or 9 rooms here. There's a loop, so there's different ways that you can travel around the environment. You can travel down here, you can climb up to this room, you can go around this way. It loops around this way through a secret door, so there's plenty of exploration that you can do. There's interesting things happening in every room. And especially there are dynamic elements that I added where you have these constructs, these robots that are marching around that are doing different tasks, including attacking you possibly. But they have punch cards that you can remove and slot into other constructs, reprogramming them to do what you want them to do. A good adventure is
somebody's got to go back and get a shitload of dimes.
Not just a sequence of scenes that the game master presents to the players. It should involve actual player choices and real interactivity. All right, but that's just a level 1 adventure. Maybe that's just there to introduce players to the basic mechanics and get them used to how the game works. What happens as we progress further into the book?
Crom laughs at your supposition.
And we start getting into new locations and higher level adventures. Will things improve from there? We'll take a look at that right after this word from our sponsor. This video is sponsored by Into the AM, my favorite online apparel store. They've got lots of really comfortable options available right now, including button-up shirts like this one. They've got great graphic tees. They have hoodies, which are perfect for fall, and even jeans.
He's providing content for us, so we'll let him wet his beak yet again.
I've tried almost everything that they sell,
Badger
and I'm
for
a
two.
huge fan.
This hobby
it's really
needs an
comfortable
enema.
and it lasts for a long time too.
That'll be a good drop. This town needs an enema.
I got you.
Yep. Hit that like button, says our buddy Ryan.
What's the delay?
Yeah, come on, boys.
I've gotten random compliments from strangers on the streets about my t-shirts. And my wife likes the t-shirt so much that she keeps stealing them from my wardrobe to put into hers. They've got great deals all November long, and if you use my link, which is down in the description below, you can get an extra 10% off on top of that. Big thank
Any of those look appealing to any of you, you can go over to Questing Beast site and pick one up.
Thanks to Into the AM for sponsoring this video, and now let's get back to it. So the second...
Give him credit. That's a good 30-second. He's very I will say this, even though he is a hobbit, he's very professional with the way he runs his channel. Very
adventure is the Robber Baron, where you have to rescue a man from some desperate bandits. This
do
seems a little bit more
play
interesting.
some
There's
games.
a number of different bandits.
Oh, yeah.
And they're not immediately hot.
I just don't know all of them.
Yeah, but you have to understand, like Crazy Mouse, he's not like a miniature gamer, like a war gamer or anything like that. You just kind of stick
I'm a
to
casual gamer.
Yeah, he's a very casual role player. So
And I like the party game type stuff.
Yeah, as far as like board games, he'll play.
I like those. I like the werewolf game and stuff like that. But like Wizards or I'm sorry, Warhammer, Pokemon.
Yeah,
I never played those ones.
I think we got you into well, definitely Risk. We used to play Risk.
Yeah.
And I think we got you into an Axis and Allies game.
You did?
A long time ago. Yeah, which you did fine. That's probably about as heavy a game. Well, no, you did Cthulhu Wars too, didn't you?
I did. I mean, I play those one-off games, but like as far as for like going to like Griffin's Lair and play a game there, like I don't play like those games.
Yeah.
But I do know the hobby Shellback. I just am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just very like Crazy Mouse said. He's just kind of a casual gamer, and like he's the kind of guy that if we're not role playing, we'll do sometimes stuff like Cthulhu Wars, and to his credit, he's always game. Yeah, sure. Show me how to do it. Yep.
Style, so there's a little bit of social interaction here. This seems a little bit more promising. But the first thing I noticed that there is no map. The map for this is found in the Dungeon Master's Guide.
In the pocket of the shirt I want
The
you
book
to
doesn't tell you that you need the Dungeon Master's Guide when you bought it. But then you start realizing that the adventures, or some of the adventures in the book, require you to have that book and to flip back and forth between this and a separate map in a separate book in order to run it.
That's the games
you don't have
I like
that book,
right there.
You basically can't run the adventure. Frankly,
yeah, Blood on the Clock Tower, which we played at
Gen
Origin or Gen Con.
I
and
played
Origins.
Gen Con in a party atmosphere.
Yeah, you'd like if you end up being able to go to one of those bigger ones again, we'll play Blood on the Clock Tower. It's a good game, and it's not that complicated. It's a bullshit game.
Mm-hmm.
Go around, you meet with people. Gee, I ain't who you're looking for. It's that person back there. So
I find that just bizarre that you would do such a thing like that. Is it to try and get you to buy a separate book? Maybe, but you're not going to know that when you buy this originally. So I guess we'll just move on. Next adventure is the Siege of Shale Spire Priory. And
so in
this
the top corner are those like what level he wants
Yeah.
your average party to be?
yeah, level 2. So still kind of low level here.
The siege adventure, that is kind of interesting, right? It's a new type of encounter that you might have. There's different tactical considerations that you're gonna have to think about if you're under siege. We don't see a lot of that in D&D, so I was excited to see how they did that. And do you want to know how they did that? It's a series of scripted combat encounters. That's it. That's what the siege is. You hang out inside the building and waves of guys attack you over and over. What's going on in all of these rooms? You got a temple, a vault, dining hall, a sanctuary. You don't know. They're basically unkeyed. The vault has a couple potions of healing, which can be useful if you can get in there and you know about the secret door. And there is a spell of Hallow around here that's going to prevent fiends from entering it. So it could be a place of last resort as you retreat. But this is still scripted as just a bunch of people that you fight over and over until eventually the cavalry arrives and you win. This is not an adventure designed for out-of-the-box thinking. It's not designed with tricks or traps that you can turn against the enemies. There aren't secret exits, like if there was one down here that led back to the road where you could loop around and strike the enemies from behind. Despite the building being...
Or how about like an unknown like tunnel that the siegers do know about, like somebody there does know about it. And all of a sudden, you know, the players think they're good, and then all this up into their midst. Now, essentially, the people besieging you have tunneled into your fortress. That would be a nice easy get as far as making it a little bit more interesting. As always, you know, there could always be assistance down in the crypts underneath this place. You know, you don't need a map like most of that map is not in use if you look at it. So you could put a mini crypt map in the upper left-hand corner there to add a little spice, little something extra.
Sieged by 100 raiders. They, in action movie style, only attack you in small groups of 3 at a time, making sure it's always level appropriate until you drive them off. The adventure is not designed to feel like a real place where you make real decisions. It's designed to feel like a Disneyland ride. Or take this adventure.
That's modern D&D. It's a great way to put it, actually. It is. It's like the Mad Teacups at Disney.
It's a small world.
It's a small world, yeah. In D&D's case, yeah, it's more like a small world. Yeah, the Mad Teacups are actually fun.
The Weeping Goddess. One nice thing I could say about it is that there are at least a few different ways to approach this adventure. You can go in through the shrine and find this secret passage. You can take this flooded tunnel or even go in through this way. That's nice, I guess, because I guess players can feel like there's a little bit of agency in terms of how they want to get in there. But once again, the actual structure of the adventure is just you fight a bunch of guys, and then you fight these guys, and then you fight these guys, and then you win. When it comes to D&D adventures, I feel like the absolute bare minimum is that if I'm paying for a book, it should at least be better than what I can come up with on the fly. And most of these do not meet that level.
Yeah, it's at the very least for something like this, you're looking for an interesting locale that you can just break apart and use on your own. Spin for 5. Okay, thanks for this breakdown. Now I know where Rings of Power is getting their plot points. Yes, yes. James, my friend.
Clear out of here!
Yosemite Sam, 10 memberships. Thank you very much, buddy.
That's so nice. Thank you.
Thank you. Like I said, you members, maybe stick around. We'll may have a special little thing for you after. I'm gonna try it at least.
I feel like basically any DM, even relatively new ones, can just plop down a random location and then come up with 3 waves of monsters that you have to fight.
All you guys.
But it's just that over and over and over again. Here's Fury Grove, where you cleanse a corrupted forest shrine. First, you get to the outer circle, where you fight these guys. Then you get to the inner circle, where you fight these guys. Then you get to the middle, where you fight a boss.
It's a classic video game design.
Mm-hmm.
Just
get Mario.
Yep.
Reading through adventure after adventure here, I eventually started coming to the conclusion, as weird as it sounds, that the largest RPG publisher out there that's owned Dungeons & Dragons, the biggest RPG, for, 25 years, doesn't seem to know how to write D&D adventures.
So it's one thing if we say it, because, we're just... All we do is we nitpick every little thing that Wizards of the Coast does. Well, how do you explain this? I mean, I know, like I said, I know Ben's not... He's, not like a Ginny D or, somebody like that who's just going to parrot Wizards of the Coast talking points and stuff like that.
Sounds like it's pouring rain in the 814, man.
Pouring rain here. Yeah, but he basically just said the people who make D&D don't know how to write D&D adventures. Could we get a welcome to the party, pal, for Ben, the questing beast? Because we've been saying that quite a while, Ben. Good Lord.
Or at the very least, conceives of a D&D adventure as just a series of scripted fights. This is very weird as someone coming from the OSR or just from the indie RPG space in general, where the emphasis is put so much on player agency and on exploration and on making adventures more.
When did player agency become a OSR thing? It used to just be a role-playing thing, but now you have to kind of separate yourself. Oh no, we don't do player agency. Yeah, you're gonna buy a ticket on this railroad and just sit back. It's like Crazy Mouse said. It's like the boats in It's a Small World.
A situation where both the players and the game masters don't really know how it's going to go. Instead, the designers at Wizards of the Coast seem to conceive of adventures in the same way that a day one game master might. They see the monster manual, they see that it's full of things to fight, and they think, well, D&D is just about fighting a bunch of monsters over and over again. And if there's a dungeon, the dungeon is just a sequence of rooms in which you fight those monsters. The vast range of possibilities in D&D in terms of how you can create these scenarios that allow for real player interaction and choices and a true sense of danger and adventure seems to have not sunk in at all. It seems to be a totally foreign concept. Now, perhaps there are other D&D adventures or campaign books that are much better at that than this book. I don't know. I haven't read that many of them. I'm just going by what I am reading here. That being said, there are parts of this book that offer a little bit more hope.
All right, well, we don't need to hear that. If you're apt to get it, you can get it. But I think he did a pretty good job. And yeah, that's if you would have held a gun to my head and said, "Hey, what's this?" Without looking at it, what is this book gonna have? It's got a bunch of one-page adventures. That's probably what I would have said. There's only look, as someone who wrote a one-page adventure, it was 2 pages because that's just the way it is and should be. I mean, it was an official D&D one too. Dungeon, many moons ago. Look, they used to be pretty stringent. When I sent my manuscript to them, I think it was maybe Chris Thomason was the editor of Dungeon, and he's like, "Hey, we kind of like the way what you're doing here, but you got to address these things. There's no light in this place. How would there be light?" Apparently, that was a big issue. Back in the day, there had to be some source of light. Okay, and they're like, "Hey, you also need to do 1, 2, 3 here as well." It's like, yeah, hell yeah. They send it back. I do exactly what they wanted. Sent it back over, and they're like, "Yeah, it's good now. Here's your check. We will publish you." I don't think that sort of vetting is being done. I think depending on who's writing this stuff, I think if it's a woman or a minority, I think they're just told like, "This is so super awesome. This is the best adventure ever. Oh my god, I can't believe you thought of that. This is so cool." So then you put out shit like this, and I wouldn't pay good money for that. Fuck. Fucking break. That's right. Meat. That's not one of Meat's. I haven't seen you in a coon's age, amigo. Damn right. Double the value. Double your fun. He's even got the Clippy. Got the Clippy avatar. I love it. Good to see you, brother. Yeah. I mean, 1 page means 2. Even Ben showed you in whatever thing he was shilling that he did. It's an open page. That's what 1 page really should mean. But of course, these knuckleheads at Wizards of the Coast have to take it literally. It literally has to be 1 page. Oh, really? Well, the map is going to take up half the fucking page. Well, too bad. That map was done by a person of color. It gets priority. Right around it. That's probably what they're telling you at DEI Dungeons. Yeah. So there you go. So all this, all this talk. Hey, has anyone here published any Traveler material? I've not published anything. We played Traveler a couple times.
Stern ran it.
Stern ran it, yeah. But no. But maybe somebody in the chat can help. We have a very lively chat. All right, I will probably need control for a little bit here.
You have it.
Crazy mouse, so I will.
We got about 200 plus in the chat. If Panther was here, we'd probably put our heads together and come up with about 4 million.
Yeah, of course. Of course. All right. God, this is... Thought you could get away with me. There we go. My mouse almost fell on the floor.
Oh,
not crazy mouse.
You dirty
My
rat.
Mouse. All right. Yeah, Salted Legacy. This is from Journeys to the Radiant Citadel. This is a terrible adventure. And I was just kind of going through it because the book, I found the book. It was on the one bookshelf. This is one of the worst adventures I've ever seen. And I quote unquote reviewed this, but it was right when my channel was first starting. Let's say I probably wasn't as confident as maybe I am now. I was obviously probably more focused on just trying to be entertaining and get people to stick around. But now that I can kind of go through this, this is one of the worst adventures. This is a first level adventure.
Mac, before you go any further, Mac Thompson for $4.99, my man. Thank you,
Mac.
Yep.
Much appreciated, brother.
Yeah, and give the stream a like. Well, what's the problem? Is that button broken?
What are we doing here, people? Pronunciations, and that's all this is. They just wanted to get Din Sing in here, or Gammon Zangoon, all these Oriental names. I'm sure it was probably someone like that who did this adventure. It's about a night market. It's always about food. Always about food with these people. Well, here's one of the characters involved. Kuza Zangoon. It's a fucking kobold, a little dog woman. There's also Lamai Tanamo. It's a gnome. The whole point of this adventure is to get you to play a bunch of games that you would find on the Food Network.
That's the truth.
I will prove that out in just a moment. But you have to understand, okay, so what actually happens in this adventure? Well, there's these two booths, market stalls in this night market, the Din Sing night market. They're rivals, I guess. They butt heads all the time. And lately, there's been shenanigans going on. Oh boy. Okay, I wonder why. What do we got? It's these creatures called windlings that are doing it. But they're being controlled by someone. This person here. One of these two guys, his name is Kasim Maroon. Okay, so taking advantage of two rivals in his market, he is along with his brother. He runs a spicy pepper. I can't even believe I'm saying this stuff. God. Don't
say it ain't so, Joe.
Say it ain't so. So what is Kasim's plan? This is the dumbest plan. Okay. I'm going to read this. How could this Kasim guy profit from pitting two stalls against each other? Kasim Arun, chaotic neutral, human, noble, and his twin brother Vi Arun own and operate the Spicy Brothers stall.
We got a couple here to catch up.
Yep. I'll hold them. I'll
Okay.
hold them in place here for a moment. Their stall features rare peppers and spices. While Vi has a zest for life, Kasim is reserved and calculating. He's also the one behind the sabotage currently afflicting Dynamo and Zangoon. Oh, wow. Why would he be doing that? Well, several weeks ago, Vi told his brother he's getting married and moving to a distant land. Kasim knows he can't continue Spicy Brothers without Vi's charm. What? and concocted a plan to buy out another successful business. So you don't have the charm yourself to run your own place, a business that you apparently know and understand. So your whole harebrained scheme here is to pit two other vendors against each other and drive one of their values so low that you can buy it out from under them. So you can run a business that you don't understand and still don't have the charm for. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Most businesses in the Ginseng night market are family shops. Owners would never consider selling. While on a trip to get more stock for Spicy Brothers, Kasim encountered a trio of fey creatures called windlings. Kasim befriended them with a few sweet fruits and bought them back to the night market. Now he bribes his invisible friends with fruit. So this guy, his brother has all the charm. So much so that he's going to ditch his own business and buy somebody else's. No sense whatsoever. But then you hear Kasim's tour. Upon meeting the characters, Kasim laments that the families can't get along. He encourages the characters not to ruin their night embroiled in politics and offers to show them around the market. So this guy with no charm walks up to the characters and goes, "Hey, let me give you a little tour here." The tour lasts an hour. Yeah, he's a real wallflower, during which he points out the stalls detailed at the start of this adventure. He tells the characters about the market games in the Central Plaza. Oh, boy. So he's also shilling for his own part in these stupid games that we're going to do.
Underleaf says that Yolanda didn't get her EBT, her SNAP benefit, so she rampaged the market.
That's right.
Now, that's the adventure.
Tossing over every stall that she can find. Kasim encourages the characters to enjoy their evening, avoid the market games, and stay away. I hope not. All right, so we'll go here. Snake Ocean. I finally played Free League's Vaesen RPG on Halloween weekend. Great game for a mix of Cthulhu-style investigators and European fairy tales myth. Yeah, I got it over there. It's a great read. Haven't brought it to the table yet, but who knows? Maybe we will. We'll do a one-shot one day. Thank you very much, Shawnee. Thank you very much. And we have Ryan.
I am personally doing NoFap because right now I'm also doing semen retention.
Thank you very much, buddy. Much appreciated. Catch up on all these. DB, me and the boys burn the market to the ground. What's the next adventure?
Yeah.
That's it. Oops. And let's see here. I think that's all.
Yeah, but I'm going to scroll back up so I can catch up on some reading on them.
Oh, yeah. You got it.
Okay.
Alrighty. So you're supposed to. I also love too here this family feud, where these two that are at each other's throats because there's a third party causing trouble, little mischief. The arguing kobold woman notices you and turns from her son and the irate gnome shopkeeper. You strangers look like the capable sorts. It's the laziest writing. You look like a trustworthy young lad. Saddle up, partner.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm Kuza Zungoon, proprietor. Blah, blah, blah. Here's some money. Help me figure out what's going on here. They both just throw money at the characters. Go ahead, you can click on that one.
We got Mad Relic.
Yeah, I'm surprised this plot got past the cultural sensitivity czar because I'm pretty sure I know what stereotype Kasim is supposed to represent. Yeah. Well, how about the Chinese lady being a dog woman? The Chinese lady is a kobold. Kusa and Lamai argue in front of the characters, upping their offers to include as much as 100 gold pieces, as well as increasingly grandiose delicacies and family cooking secrets. They literally just lay eyes on you and are like promising you the moon. So you go to these there's the market. You participate in these games, the Family Pepper Challenge. Now, this is by the bad guy. One of the Spicy Brothers' assistants is garbed in a garish red and green uniform. Well, great. But you actually do talk to these guys. As soon as they're seated, Vi briefly recaps the rules. Apparently, you go to the market, and it's like you're eating a hot pepper. And I guess if you can make it, you win some like notoriety.
It's like the Hatch Pepper Challenge.
Yeah.
In New Mexico or something.
Yep. And then there's Battle Prawn. This is that kitchen, battle, the kitchen battle.
Iron Chef.
Iron Chef, yeah. I mean, Sid explains the challenge is simple. Assist in making a gigantic shrimp cake in record time. Participants must rapidly prepare prawn meat and chop beans for the sous chef. You are literally just the person who you never see their face on camera, and you're just chopping shit on Iron Chef. That's
everyone in the chat. This is like the fourth person. Casey Keenum died. Casey Kasem.
He's been dead for a long time, hasn't he?
Yeah, I don't know. It's like the third person that mentioned him.
You're supposed to go through here, and apparently you win enough notoriety by playing these stupid games. There's also a hide and seek challenge. In case you thought
Ollie oxen free.
If D&D was not retarded enough, you see it there. Hide and seek challenge. It involves these caterpillars. And then you ask this little person, Madam Culp.
Is that the guy that was shilling that book? Is that his grandma?
I think so. It's Ben's great grandma. And then you're supposed to figure out the mystery, reveal the plot. Oh boy. But like if you look at the conclusion here, the adventure ends when Casey Kasem's.
That's what it is.
Casey Kasem.
You dirty rat.
I think they're going with like a some sort of Indian flavor. I don't know. Kasim. When these are revealed, if the characters haven't already confronted Kasem, whatever, Lamai or Kusa, find him and publicly. Yeah, they accuse him of sabotaging their stalls. If the vendors are backed up by the characters, he quickly confesses. Oh boy. Market guards usher him from the market and forbid him from returning unless the characters intercede on his behalf. If the characters advocate for Kasim, another vendor offers to adopt him into their family if he promises no more deceit. This is insanity. Oh, what? He tried to ruin a 100-year-old family business? Come on. You're now my son. There's Kasim and Vi, his brother. They're twins, you see. Spicy peppers. Incredible. This is probably one of the worst adventures, if not the worst adventure. It makes no sense. Do you guys understand? Like, why would you want to drive? You already have a successful business. Why would you want to go to the trouble of driving somebody else out of business so you could just take over their business when you don't think you have the charm or moxie to keep running your own business, which you theoretically know a lot better than somebody else's? It's crazy. So they're living out real life cowardice in D&D. Too scared to eat peppers and deal with adult issues. So they role play it for fun. Yeah, exactly, Mac. There is a lot of whoever wrote this, they were big into the Food Network, because I kind of glossed over it, but in maybe like a 10-page adventure, there's 5 pages devoted to those challenges. Where the only thing you get, there's no real danger. The only thing you get is like
heartburn.
Heartburn. Yeah. Heartburn and notoriety. That's it. And then at the end, when you confront the bad guy, you can just say, he generally seems like a good egg. And then somebody says, yeah, I'll just adopt him into my family. Good Lord. There you go. There's modern D&D for you. night markets and harebrained schemes, and Oriental dog women. Woo! Wow, 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 woo! God. Okay. Moving right along. That is called Salted Legacy in this Journeys to the Radiant Citadel. My nominee for worst adventure of all time.
5. Saved myself $150.
4, 3, always 2.
Critical Role did a retrospective, a digestible 15-minute retrospective of the first 4 episodes of the new thing. Oh, wait, before I do that, I got something for you.
What you got?
I got something for you.
Whoa.
There's our boy, Brennan Lee Mulligan.
He's got the crazy eyes already.
Haters are going to tell you that you can't vote for Zoran because they're afraid of a powerful, joyful. Yeah, when you're stoning women to death, throwing acid in their face, throwing gays off of rooftops, it's joyful, people. It's really joyful. This united movement of New Yorkers centered around human dignity and the belief that the government can deliver meaningful change. This is our boy, Brennan Lee Mulligan. Meaningful change for the working class. They're going to try to force you to dream small. They're going to tell you, no, Mulligan. I'm saying, you literally can't vote for him. You live in L.A. See, here on the ballot, you just voted yes on Prop 50. He's got a virtue signal that he voted yes on redistricting. That might not end the way you think it's going to end. I think the Republicans can get more seats.
You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
Yeah, we'll just have to see on that, Brennan Lee. We'll see where it all shakes out before 2026. See here on the ballot, you just voted for yes on Prop 20. And now I'm here to tell you, don't let the haters ruin our dreams are achievable. If we believe in each other, wherever you are in this final election day, know you'll vote hard enough, blah, blah, blah. Well, he won, so I hope Mom Donnie goes through with his tax on Christians and Jews. Yeah. It serves him right. I mean, I can only guess that half of you voted, and probably a lot of people just stayed home and didn't vote. So, yeah.
Hot Dice got something to say.
$9.99. That's close enough.
These pictures were just for me.
Shout out to a non-garbage adventure, Esper's Gauntlet Runner. There you go. Written for 5e, but looks awesome. I'm going to use it with Castles and Crusades. Cool. Thank you. Thank you very much, Hot Dice.
You know what's apropos right now? This one.
Whoopsie daisy!
Because I did not mean to hit that one
okay.
for the $9.99.
Yeah, you get two. You get a twofer.
This is here's a better one.
Ice, ice, baby. Bum, 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 ba-da-dun, dun. Thank you, Hot Dice. Yeah. Yeah. Here we have Ben over on Twitter or X. Sorry. Old habits. He's like, priceless to the owner, heresy to me. What could he be talking about? Well, this is the old Cthulhu mythos, deities and demigods.
Hey, I got that one.
Crazy Mouse has a original copy of this from his early days role-playing. So what's he talking about? Did somebody defile, perhaps deface this deities and demigods? To Michael, may you always roll with advantage. Will Wheaton. Defacing not just the book, he's defacing the Cthulhu section in the book. One of the rarer sections that you'll find in a D&D book.
Isn't that the whole reason why they had to redo it? Was because of that?
Yeah. Well, people said that they didn't have the license or rights. Actually, I think somebody, I think I quoted somebody a long time ago. One of the old school guys said that's not true. They're like, I can almost prove if
Yeah, didn't we read the emails?
Yes. Yeah. There was like a whole long post saying that's untrue. We had the clearance, but basically the management said it's not worth it because if they want to cause trouble in the future, they probably could. So they went to the trouble. They got the proper clearances and licenses, but I think in their second printing, they just said, fuck it. We're just going to leave it out. And they probably also think
Elric too.
Yeah. Yeah. They're probably like, why promote like another company's, essentially products anyway. So I can kind of see why they did it. But yeah, Will Wheaton, as I said on X, I wouldn't have done this if somebody gave this to me. I'd be like, dude, I'm not going to ruin this interior. Just let me do it on the back of the front cover or the back of the back cover. I'll give you I'll do the whole thing. I'll draw you a picture. I'm not going to deface this part of the book. And he does it with a 5E mechanic in a 1E book. He didn't roll for advantage in first edition. Ugh. Yeah, it was James Ward. Yeah. Yep. I think he made a public post about that, Chris. And I think I did. There was one of these live streams. I did bring it up. It was just kind of on the spot, like, oh yeah, by the way, this. So, some of you adventurous types can try to find that. So yeah. But yeah, good old Brennan Lee. He's a Zoran Mamdani guy.
I noticed in the background, I saw in that picture there of Crazy Eyes, I saw the shawl that Matt Mercer uses right there. What's that?
I see that folded up, or
yeah.
Ooh, where you been spending your nights? As Lieutenant Eckhart said in Batman. Where you been spending your nights, Brennan? Damn. I hate everything about this dude. I hate the way he DMs. Obviously, we all hate his politics. There's nothing about this guy that I like. To me, not much redeeming value as a societal person.
5, 4, 3.
Not prepared.
2. There's no getting ready. You just go.
You just go.
Anything could happen. It's campaign 4.
I'd like you to make an insight check for me. Natural 20.
I didn't expect the energy that we began the overtures with.
Laura, give me a death saving throw.
It looks so fake. This enthusiasm just looks so fake.
Brennan is just unhinged, fully doing his thing.
Looks like he's about to eat.
Ricky, I'd like you to meet your grandfather.
Oh, this many people at a table is nuts.
You hear a gasp from Octus Taconis.
Alex, if you come to the table, please.
Previously on The Overture. In the world of Ahriman, the gods have been dead for 70 years. The doors to Fairy are barred, and the afterlife is a chaotic question mark. In the orcish city of Dolmakyar, a man with a complicated past has been sentenced to death. Thiazi Fang, hero...
Ooh, there he is. This is the dude that got strung up. Huh. Drink him in.
...of the Falconers' Rebellion.
Love the little fleck of white hair. We have to make our orcs look distinguished looking, like they're like they're stockbrokers.
...is executed by the Sundered Houses. But not before he sends a final message of defiance to the people of the city. Out of the faces in the crowd, one received a different message from Thiazi. His brother, Halandil Fang, a handsome bard who runs the public theater.
Hal is a successful entrepreneur of the arts and family man and scion of the city of Dolmakyar. He's very much a man concerned with his...
Also, keep in mind, I think the reason they needed to do this, I think people were just getting lost. I couldn't figure out heads or tails. I just know the first episode was like a 4-hour wake.
History and the future and
And Matt Mercer just said essentially to the corpse, fuck you.
finding the mortal identity in this godless world. Hal's real danger spot is his children. If someone really wanted to hurt Hal, it would be to go for his kids. I expect it. I'm waiting for it. So to be in the crowd in that final moment for Thiazi was impactful for Hal because he's known him as a brother his whole childhood and growing up, but they didn't see eye to eye all the time. They led very different lives as they got older, but you don't shake off family. And he felt like it was his responsibility to be there. Thiazi had things in the works that couldn't be completed, and he was trying.
Boy, this is a lot of exposition, man. Remember when D&D used to just be, hey, there's treasure over in yonder hills. Let's go get it. Now we got a fucking theater manager talking about his dead brother. Given literally one whole minute of exposition.
going to pass off some portion of it to his brother to figure out and pick up. And at least a few days into this mess, he doesn't understand yet.
Also in attendance was the paladin Azune Nayar, an arcane marshal and a keen-eyed veteran of the Falconers' Rebellion who was part of a failed secret plot to free Thiazi.
Azune is like clay. The people around him and the world around him are going to shape who he becomes. He's not very well read, but he has had to learn how to read people as a part of his survival. As he goes on his arcane marshal's patrol, he finds in the little gestures and the little exchanges that happen among the everyday people a reason to fight on their behalf. Azune admired Thiazi, looked up to him tremendously. He
was the bestest ever. James for 20. We got something.
You know, as she likes to say, you know, lanterns are lit, so are the tits.
She's my cherry pie.
Oh, yeah. That one's for you, buddy. What is it with all these settings having the gods be destroyed, and yet clerics and paladins still exist? Exactly. I mean, one follows the other, does it not? Yeah. Imagine hating God so much you kill all of the higher beings in a make-believe game. Yeah, but you'd think it was on purpose, wouldn't you? Thank you so much, brother. Good to see you, James. Badger for 5. Mulligan's performance on Critical Role is a bigger shit show than Porta Potty Row at the Terralingua Chili Cook-Off after a long day of tasting. Boy, you paint a vivid picture there, and I know
It's like
I know what
speaks from experience or something.
I was going to say,
gracious.
I think I know what you're painting it with and from too. Land Whale for 5. Have you guys seen the Demio D&D game? Demio D&D game? It's just a demo now, but it could be amazing. I assume they will ruin it somehow, though. I have not. Is it demo or Demio? Clarify that in your next. Just chat again.
Yeah.
On what that is and
also,
crazy muscle throw.
Speaking of which, where's Patrick Demo tonight?
Patrick.
When you watch on the replay, my man, we miss you.
Yep, absolutely.
was a father figure of sorts throughout the Falconers' Rebellion, and there's a part of Azune that believes that he owed that man so much.
Thiazi left behind an estranged widow, Aranessa Royce, whose bodyguard, the fighter Sir Julian Devine...
Oh, Demio is the game. Okay. Yeah, could you jot that down for me,
Yeah.
Crazy Mouse? I'll look into that. Yeah, I don't know of Demio, but I'll take a look.
I got it.
Thank you, boys.
has a long-held hatred for the man his friend loves.
Sir Julian Divinos is a person shaped by privilege, arrogance, and bacchanalian embracing of his platform. He has a lot of dangerous impulse based in security and insecurity, and it's probably going to continue to get more and more dicey the more we get to explore him. His loyalties lie really with Lady Aranessa. She's one of the few figures, I think, in his entire life that he truly believes he can trust. Thiazi's path shaped a lot of his family and father's path, let alone the path of all the Centered Houses. And it heavily informed and shaped his life at a very informative age. But the intricacies of how he got to where he is and how it's changed the dynamic within and outside of his family leaves him with somebody he has to blame.
Another who attempted to save Thiazi's life is the zealous Wickander Halavar, scion of the Candescent Creed, who believed all...
A lot of therapy, Chris. A lot.
Yep, exactly.
It's just the problem is there's nothing compelling. Like, I know, like, oh, well, this Thiazi Fang is like, he's like the focal point. The problem is, it's just not that compelling. None of this stuff is compelling. It's not, it doesn't have that simplicity like, oh, I get it. Yeah, everybody's trying to work towards one thing. Well, let me tell you how my character has interacted with Thiazi Fang. I sucked him off, when he was just, 14 years old. And we engaged.
He was a level 1 foot padder.
Yeah, he was a level 1 foot pad, and we really had at it. Who cares? You're asking your audience to remember like 15 backstories around this one dude. You don't need all this.
That his religion taught him, despite his family's wishes.
Wickander Halavar is an acolyte of the light, a true believer, a fancy lad, and in way over his head.
A fancy lad. Have any of your characters been fancy lads?
I can't think of any fancy lads I've played.
Wick had really been drinking the Kool-Aid with all things Candescent Creed, and to be told the origins are not what he thought they were was a shock. To learn that his family and his grandmother had actively and knowingly betrayed him for his whole life was shocking. But mostly, I think he was...
Ooh, Patrick, throw it up. My man.
There you go.
Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, no problem. Here, but listening in the background, entertaining a friend, absolutely. Yeah. Good you are listening. Just want to make sure you were all right, brother. Peace. Love you.
Just kind of scared and confused. How can so much goodness come from such a monstrous source? He's slowly realizing that his name, which he's worn with pride for his whole life, it's not a crutch, but it is a weight. Also, he has this wonderful companion, Tyranny, and he is out there trying to show her the world and keep her safe and also keep her on the true and good path.
Helping Wick navigate the ups and downs of life is his aspirant, Tyranny, a party girl demon enjoying life.
Party girl demon.
It's the only way they are.
Tyranny, the party girl demon. Why am I doing this? Like I said, if I had to explain this to my dad or something, and he saw this, he'd be like, son, I don't get it. Can you explain this to me? And I'd be like, no, Dad, I can't.
I can't.
I'd want to pull a Bud Dwyer.
The fullest.
Tyranny is just a girl in the world trying her best, and she's very led by impulse. Tyranny is the most unfiltered version of myself. Horny and sad.
All right.
Chris Miller, you were saying something about therapy.
Yeah. Horny and sad.
Yeah. Was that Chris or James? I couldn't remember. I know one of them was talking about it, but maybe
Chris said that they needed
both.
therapy. Yeah.
Yeah. But the thing is, I bet you Marisha Ray is quietly like pissed off, and the way women are, because isn't being the horny party girl her shtick in this too? Lanterns are lit.
Mm-hmm.
Period. Ahriman for her, it's a feast for the senses. It's unlimited opportunities of things to experience, both good and bad. Every demon represents a certain ancient archetypal energy. Tyranny does not know what that is inside of her. It is something that isn't quite sitting right with her, but it is one of those drives that is going to be pretty impossible to ignore.
Mm-hmm. Craig, good to see you, brother. $10 Canadian. Hey, Double D. Hey, Crazy Mouse. Denizens of the Lair. Better late than never. Was out for your wife's birthday dinner. Please wish her a happy birthday.
Absolutely.
From all the denizens of the Lair. That's what the money's for.
I give you money, you give me ideas.
And you never say thank you.
That's what the money is for.
I love that one. God. Man, I feel like that's
pull,
I feel like that hits home.
Yeah.
Like in home talking to your children sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you have to realize you're pecking order. It's all about knowing your place.
These groceries that
chain.
show up aren't fucking free.
Yep.
I think initially she was just hired to make Wickander look good, but
Skinny Chad, my character is compelling because reasons. Lots of goofy reasons.
spending more time with Wick, I think is helping her develop a sense of right and wrong.
Best friend of Hal and secret enemy of Thiazi, the mysterious art curator Belair Lethalia keeps countless secrets beneath his mask. But Belair is not wearing a mask. Belair is a mask, wearing a body.
Being stuck to a body is awful.
Every one of these is just like a unique. Oh, I'm such a unique, character. Like, oh man, this is gonna be great. Didn't any of them think holy shit? There's gonna be 15 of us in this season. Maybe I just need to be the man at arms who doesn't really have a background to speak of, and is just like, you know what? Pay me money and I will kill people. That's my motivation. But not one of them could do that. They all had to be these kooky, crazy, zany characters.
Horny and sad.
Horny and sad. 3 pages of backstory. Here's how I knew Thiazi Fang. If I was playing this game, I don't fucking know Thiazi Fang. I don't give 2 shits about Thiazi Fang. Just pay me money.
And disgusting. It is aggravating and uncomfortable to have this thing on me at all times. What happens if you...
Yeah, exactly me. Yeah, I'm Fred the Thief. I steal things. The DM's salvation. Characters like that. Because in any group, you can maybe put up with like 1 or 2 of these types of characters that have the complicated backstory. And look, sometimes it might be the DM who at the beginning of the campaign kind of necessitates it. Like, hey, in order to get us going, I kind of need you to be this, okay? Sorry, I got to dump all this on you. And that's fine. But when you have a table full of this stuff, it just leads, at a normal table, it probably just ends up leading to a bunch of bitching and backbiting and, well, no, my background is more important, essentially. Hey, Siri, show me a room full of insufferable twats.
Like, actually give a sentient weapon
Hopefully that wasn't meant to Crazy Mouse.
a little bit of lead to, like, go off and, like, discover themselves. He's not used to being his own driving force. He's much more comfortable being aimed at things. Revealing himself was a thing that he...
It's like the when they were interviewing in Blazing Saddles, interviewing the ruffians. Qualifications: rape, murder, arson, rape. You said rape twice. I like rape. Congratulations, you're hired. There should be like a version of that, not of course with the grapiness, but you know what I mean.
I'd hoped to do for a very, very, very...
Sometimes you just need those types of characters who are motivated purely by either money or like the joy of bloodshed.
Long time, but not like that. There's still a lot of conversations to have, and trust is very broken. It's a mess.
House to Conan.
How could it be broken? You guys have only sat together for like a couple of... listening to this, I can't decide if I'm exhausted or bored. You can taste the rank pretentiousness. Yeah, says Magna Quam. Thank you. Oh yeah, these guys are insufferable. They have gotten high on their own farts many, many times in their lives.
Cruelly deals in the dead, but their pariah's son, the wizard Octus, takes a more rebellious attitude toward the necromantic arts.
He is somebody who has studied the dead, studied undeath and all of its forms, and so to find himself in the position of being one of them to a certain extent is incredibly fascinating, and I'm sure there will be more and more experiments on himself coming in the future. Pin was his first experiment. It was the first time he was trying to make a thing out of dead pieces. He had found the corpse of a fox. He had used other pieces he had found and sourced through various means when he was still at the Pentevral, and it didn't turn out exactly the way he wanted. And
the pretentiousness dial does go to 11. Yep.
There are still a few hiccups left in Pincushion.
I don't think they realize people enjoyed this at first just because, like, oh, they're kind of playing D&D sort of the way we played it. They're a bunch of friends. We have a bunch of friends. They're sort of playing, what a version of D&D that we recognize, Let's have fun. We'll watch them.
Chris and Jeremy gave me a lovely gift, which was to make me a custom spell, which is, for better or worse, named Summon Undead Critter.
I'm acting. It's a good reference.
This is guided by his friend.
Dick at a bar.
John Lovitz.
Yeah. After maybe him and Phil Hartman were really good friends, and Andy Dick.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah. Was it physical or did they?
I think he went at him. Yeah, and he smashed his face off a bar or something like that.
Okay.
And the druid Taisha Loy, who is drawn to adventure and
Andy Dick must have been really hard to get along with.
Everyone hated him.
Yeah.
righting the wrongs of the world with action.
Taisha Loy is maternal, proud, and cunty.
Maternal, proud, and cunty. Okay. There you go.
Taisha hopes that she can heal lands that have been blasted and damaged by the death of the Shapers, and in so doing, lead the world and the people who still miss the weight and heft of divinity to realize that that's always existed within the world and within themselves.
You are correct, Snake Oil.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
That's right. That was
at
the
a party.
reason.
Yep.
Sean, thank you so much. Yeah,
Yep.
I remember that. Yeah, he kind of quasi blamed him. Yeah. I think this character from Aisha or whatever her name is. It's kind of a version, which she was just saying, like, I have to save the blasted lands and do all this. It's like kind of a version, like Spike Lee had always talked about this. It was like a trope. It's called the magical Negro, and if you you want a version of it, kind of like Whoopi Goldberg's character in Star Trek: The Next Generation, Guinan. Like she kind of fell into this category. I can't believe like a black woman would willingly want her character to be like that. But then again, I forget we're in the 2020s now. We're not in the 1990s anymore. Like I said, where Spike Lee was, cringed out about all this stuff. But
Every time she comes home, I think she's just constantly rocked by how much her family has changed without her. And I think she feels the disconnect between her mission and the thing that she gave up to pursue it. Even though her and Hal never got married. Family from the jump. With Hal, it was always about love and realizing who you are and what love opens your heart up to. With Thiazi, he was just such a firebrand and such a philosopher. I think it was just, she needed to be pushed and he was there to do it.
Still adhering to the call of Thiazi's former mercenary band, the Torn Banner, is the warrior Teor.
I think I could speak for Crazy Mouse here. Like you wouldn't you have the mentality, like, the more you talk about this, wouldn't it creep up on you, like, internally, like your internal monologue be like, people don't want to hear this stuff?
You are correct.
You kind of be like, well, anyway, that's my character, like, kind of a mess, but we're going to go with it or something.
As you wrote, like maybe you did the research at home, and then as it was actually happening, you're like, just scrap all this.
Yeah.
I'm Fred the Thief.
It sounded good on paper, and then when you actually, Crazy Mouse says this a lot, say it out loud, see if it makes sense when you say it out loud. And like we said, these people are saying it out loud. I can't believe none of them are like, holy shit, this is like way too complicated. Like,
Yeah.
I'm very sorry. Like, just kind of ignore all that, Fred the Thief.
Pride Sire, who returned to Dal Makyar in time for his friend's funeral and his brother's disappearance.
He arrives to find out that Sid is part of the planning process. He is on the run. He is in danger. What is it that his younger brother was able to do, or maybe meant to Thiazi in his time since the end of the rebellion, that Teor has not done? And what does that mean as a mirror against what he's been doing this whole time? He's been the shield for so many people for so many years. It's sort of second nature to him. What happens if there isn't anyone else left to protect? What does that mean for Teor? Thiazi was somebody that had...
It's an underrated comment there. That's a good one.
a great sense of logistical organization and had purpose and conviction and was charismatic. And it would take a lot to topple or surprise someone like him. And so...
yeah, when we start playing... This thing is going to be great.
The guilt in not getting back there in time isn't something that Teor is really feeling at this point, because I think he understands that whatever
It's that old Stone Toss comic strip. Yeah, but what does this have to do with role-playing games? Role-playing
nations are unfolding have to be massive. Great. And I think maybe the only thing Teor is wondering is, what will he be able to do in order to put a claw on the scales of justice?
A claw on the scales of justice.
Well, remember, he's a lion.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, chances that he thought that out. He thought long and hard about that.
Oh, he absolutely did.
How could I end it? Ooh, a claw. The scales.
Another former member of the Torn Banner is a man of few words, Cadigan Vale.
Oh, well, let's put that to the test. If Rogan was here, I'd have him push his press X for
Who prefers the wilds of nature over the sights and sounds of the city.
If Caddy walked into a tavern, the first thing they would notice is the musk. It's not bad, it's pretty nice. Clean but wet dog, and maybe just a little bit of man sweat.
Oh boy.
All right. Let's all right. You're on a short leash.
I wanted to.
So good.
Musk. All right.
To write a character with a canine companion because that is man's oldest bond since the beginning of civilization. Cadigan and Wulfric's bond is survival and companionship. I don't think that there's anything closer than these two. They are partners. Reuniting with Torn Banner is something I didn't necessarily think that would happen. You know, Cadigan and I aren't too far apart in age, so when things from your past, especially your rowdy past.
All right, you could have just said, I got this kick-ass dog, you know. Basically, we're like John Wick. I'd have been like, all right, we got one legit one. I think I said before, like, looks-wise, he's got the best character. He looks like a Chad, you know, he's got a big dog. I'm willing to buy. All right, now you just need to shut the fuck up, dude. James for $10.
Me and Rogan crack up at that one every time, man.
I do too. This all seems like a group session at a therapist's office. Yes. James, they'll tell you who they are if you just let them talk. Most people will. If you just kind of know how to coax it out of them, just usually by like tell me more. What's that all about?
Come back into your life unexpectedly. Boy, can that do one of two things. It can...
His character smells worse than a dog.
And as we're a dog family at our house, our dog's name is Opie. And there are days that after he comes outside from like being wet or whatever, been like, Opie, you stink.
That wet dog smell
is the worst.
It's
horrible.
It's universal though. Like even if you don't have a dog, like even if you just like dogs or whatever, you're like, oh, I know that.
Elevate you so you can see what kind of man you've become, or it can drag you back down into the arrested development of where you were in that stage in your life.
Closest of all to Thiazi was his best friend Thimble.
Oh, jeez.
What?
$5 from Shani. Seriously, can we get Senor Chang's gay clip in the mix? Crazy Mouse?
I'm on it.
Yay! Next week.
A fiery rogue who spent every day at his side as his partner in crime.
Oh, this is Laura Bailey. She's a big attention whore too.
Thimble is a warrior pixie. She is a badass who doesn't take any shit.
She was born and raised House Royce, very different existence than what she had with Thiazi. She lived in the Golden Orchard. Her family, her clan is what took care of the Golden Orchard. When Thiazi was getting married, she was given as a gift to him.
Whoa, check this out.
She's a wedding gift? Holy shit. Chris for 10.
I have crossed oceans of time to be with you. You so crazy, you could have just called.
I'm a barbarian named Hagar. I was once young and strong. Now I've outlived my usefulness. Though it hurts when I pee, I will wander the earth in search of the best way to meet my gods. You can play in my game any day, sir.
To be whatever he would want her to be. But Thiazi was such a good guy.
I like how her character was given as a gift.
Mm-hmm.
That was a wedding gift. Okay, all right. That's what we're doing, huh?
That he never looked at it like that, and he just took her under his wing and became her best friend. And they were like business partners, buddies.
Already did. Salted Legacy.
Mm.
The worst.
It's like a pepper fest.
From day one, they did everything together. Number one priority is trying.
Battle prawns. You guys watch Iron Chef, don't you?
Hagar has good genes. So does Sydney Sweeney.
To make it right, anybody that did this to him needs to suffer because he's everything to her. Maybe if I finish what Thiazi started, maybe then I'll feel better.
The political landscape of Dal Makyar is changing, and no one is more incensed.
Oh boy. Are we? Get your finger on the button.
Than Murray Magnesson, a passionate wizard working at the city's magical...
Get those tits. Good
You know,
Lord.
as she likes to say, you know, lanterns are lit, so are the tits.
She's my cherry pie.
University.
Murray Magnesson is that friend that everyone has, where they are the first person to get sloppy at the bar, even though they are wearing designer clothes.
Oh, wait a minute. I thought there was somebody else in the party who was just like that. Who
Yeah,
was
horny
horny
and
and a
sad.
mess. Oh, great planning, guys. Didn't talk this over beforehand.
And just when you think they're going to
Craig for 5. Laura Bailey isn't hot. She's only popular because she had a reputation for giving PJs in high school. Are we supposing there, or is there actual evidence of that? I mean,
Check on our OnlyFans.
Yeah, I was gonna say, trust me, I want to believe. It's like I'm like Fox Mulder. I want to believe.
floor, she drops a deep philosophical line referencing like Camus or something. And then you're like, oh, I thought she was done. The Pentevrel very much embodies what Murray was about. The Pentevrel was there for Murray when she needed a direction and drive in life. And the Pentevrel very much believes that like this type of knowledge should be accessible to anyone who is willing to work hard enough for
Her
it.
and Matt Mercer have the same nail polish. It's like they shared nail polish.
Oh yeah, of course.
Spin Gypsy's out.
See you spin.
Is that correct?
If you are out. If you're not, welcome back. Oh, Jeff. He says, see you, Jeff.
She's kind of like this old guard representation, holding strong against this forced change that is coming from these bureaucrats that are just meddling
Only as long as I say that.
in her awesome good time that she's been having here at the Pentevrel. Murray is
What is the Pentevrel?
I don't know.
What is this thing?
going to be a
fancy
strong
words, I don't know.
tenant for freedom of speech, freedom of knowledge, freedom of growth. Any
Freedom to have my skirts be as short as
Pentevrel?
possible.
That might be like freedom of a bra.
type of threat of that being controlled
Freedom to be a slut.
or taken away or manipulated. Yeah, she's going to
Chris
take
is
issue
out?
with that.
Theazi was a hero to many, but a villain to some, including Valus, an elf still devoted to her fallen goddess, who is seeking an item Theazi stole from her.
Oh, that's the girl from Growing Pains, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Basically told Brennan and everyone when
Yeah.
we were creating the characters that I wanted to be a nun assassin, not assassinating nuns. It's important where the emphasis is here. I
That didn't quite
have always wanted to play
Landed with
an
it.
elf because I feel like they feel very sort of regal and majestic and ancient. And I personally, like I've always said this, I'm a hobbit. And
I'm still just amazed that these people knew that there was going to be 14 other of them. And they were just like, well, that doesn't matter. Like, I'm going to be like I am in the spotlight. I am going to be the character that everybody talks about.
always will be a hobbit. But I wish I could be an elf and have sort of that grace. When Valus
Everyone
arrived
thinks they're
at
Tony
the funeral,
Soprano, and someone just needs to be the driver.
Yes. They don't realize, like, you can make a
Someone's
good,
Vito.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can make a good living being the Vito in The Sopranos. You know?
Someone's
I mean,
Johnny Cakes.
Yeah, somebody's got to be Johnny Cakes. And, like, no, all these guys, they're the stars of their own show.
I think she was prepared for a fight, but hoping that they would just pass the stone right over because
Sounds
it belongs
painful, passing a stone
to her.
Yeah.
For Valus, finding sort of every relic of Salandri is very important to her, and protecting them, that was her given task.
Minute left.
There is a larger reason of why it's so important to her. I think at some point it will become clear what Valus is holding for her god, for Salandri. I mean, whether it is grief or hate or love, it is a combination of many things, and it is also what drives her. Valus is very drawn to Octus's magic for many reasons. He is so young. He also has come back from the dead. So there are many questions that Valus has, especially living as long of a life as she has and fought in the Shaper
Sorry about the
Wars.
volume.
And
We said the volume.
sort of seeing a miracle
I guess it is peeking a little into the red.
like this is pretty special.
13 souls were touched by the life and death of Thiazi Feng, and 13 souls have separated into the paths of soldier, seeker, and schemer. What adventures await each of them on their new journeys? Who will
Schemers. Schemers trying to control their little world.
rise to the challenges, and who will fall?
That looks like the introduction to like a battle royal at WrestleMania.
Yeah. Yeah, we got to get the normies on board, so we got to tell them like who they are. But like, man, I don't know if that's the way to do it. You know, like overly complicated backstories. I would have been like, guys, make it relatable to somebody who doesn't know anything about this. Like, don't sit there and read from your character sheet. Oh, my character, you know, kind of likes this person at the crux of all this. You know, they do anything to find out what happened, and you know if they were done wrong. That's all I gotta say.
Gronard asks, "Why are there so many characters?"
Because bigger is better, obviously. Duh. I don't know. I don't know. I wish I knew. I wish I knew. I wish I may. I wish I.
You got a 33 and a third chance of winning, but I got a 66 and 2/3.
Kurt Angle knows. He ain't even gonna try. Not even gonna try. All right. Let's do lunacy here. Lunacy montage.
In that one there where they were interviewing Mariska Ray, she looked like a dented can, man.
She's a little busted.
She did in that one. She looked busted.
A little busted up. Yeah, I agree. Here's some Halloween videos. Please take one. Or just take the whole. Can't even, like, I could feel the weight of all that candy.
Yeah.
Like when she lifted it. Wow.
On Halloween night, some little girl came to our door, and I was the candy giver outer, and her bag had a hole in it. So I said, "Sweetie, your bag has a hole." And she's like, "Oh no, I've been dropped. Like I should have like a lot more and whatever."
Mm-hmm.
So I said, "Well, hold on, I have a bag for you." So I ran inside and got her a new bag, and then I let her replenish her whole everything that she thought she lost.
Yeah.
So I gave her, I don't want to say 100. Let's say I gave her 50.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably pretty accurate. I just gave her 50 pieces of candy.
That's very generous.
Well, I just wanted her. Who knows how much she lost?
Yeah. She'll always remember that.
Yeah. I just felt bad for her.
Pour it in. We know you're going to do it.
Then I actually saw this video. Yeah.
There's only 2 pieces of candy left. I'll take the one. I'll take the Skittles. Ashley, Dad, stay there. There we go.
And thought nothing of it. Just moved right along.
Yeah. I'm sure it was just a coincidence that the one white kid actually put candy back out of his own thing, and everybody else just stole it.
Oh, it's the gore guy.
Did you see this? This is Heidi Klum. You know, she always goes like all out on Halloween.
Yeah.
This way, Heidi. Heidi, right here. Heidi, straight ahead. Heidi.
Heidi, look back, right here.
Heidi, right here. Heidi, look at this way.
Was Heidi Klum Stacy's mom? Remember Stacy's mom's got it going on?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I do know that seeing that makes me want to watch Clash of the Titans again, just for that Ray Harryhausen Medusa scene. I can almost feel it, hear it, little clicks. Was she really the inspiration for that?
I'm not really sure if anybody has said it out loud yet, so I just wanted to make it really clear.
Rachel Hunter was Stacy's mom.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. Yeah, similar. Yeah. MILFs. MILFs. All right, what is she going to make clear, do you think?
She looks like a dented can, too.
Very dented. It's a can that you've crushed with your own feet.
The reason why no one is having sex right now is because there are so many men who are so conservative. Because what are you talking about? You're looking for a relationship. You're looking to date a woman, and you voted for someone who wants to take away her right to health care, who sexually assaulted women, who doesn't believe that protection of women is important.
I like your blue bra.
I like your blue bra.
And you want to date a girl?
She kind of has that fat woman rasp to her voice. It's only going to get worse.
I can't date you. You hate women. I can't date you. And
I don't know if... I'm not sure that you're the one making that call.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
You will not let us murder our unborn child, therefore you hate women.
It's not that I wouldn't want to.
You keep using the word. Yeah. I don't think it means what you think.
You seem really cool. Your interests seem really cool. I like that your muscles are huge. I love that. But you hate women?
What would lead you to a woman like this? She seems like the most uninteresting person in the world. Literally nothing to talk about. Nothing.
I can't let that slide.
Hold it, Systemic. Oh yeah. Canada's top general is this woman.
Racism, racial discrimination, and harassment are an affront to these values, and yet we allowed these injustices to occur and fester within our ranks. Therefore, on behalf of the Canadian Armed Forces, I offer my most sincere and deepest apologies. I apologize to every CAF member, veteran who experienced racism, discrimination, and harassment.
This is a general. This is a person whose job is to break things and kill people.
And I acknowledge we failed you.
How would you feel if that was your
I don't
country's top
picture Schwarzkopf doing that.
No. Apologizing for discrimination in tears. One way to do it.
So what do we do now that Republicans just literally essentially killed all of the poor people in America?
Wait,
how?
What?
Did you know that, Crazy Mouse?
No.
We killed. I was party to the murder of 40 million people. Just don't feel any different than I did last week.
That rely on Medicare and Medicaid to survive. And I know a lot of you fucking Republicans are on that shit too. Yeah, you. Do you guys not understand how expensive insurance is? Because my family pays $1,200 a month in fucking premiums. $1,200 a month in insurance premiums when I still have to pay $40 to go to the fucking doctor and $6,000 deductible for them.
Couldn't have anything to do with Obamacare being a shit law.
To actually cover anything. And then we've got the minimum wage at $9 an hour, and you expect people to be able to afford fucking insurance on $12 an hour?
Retard.
And supporting a family? Do you just literally want people to die?
Let me put it to you this way. If you're working for minimum wage, yes, I do not care if you die because you are stupid. You are retarded because you could literally walk down the street and there are 10 places hiring and all of them are hiring well over minimum wage to start.
Oh, quit sending our money to other countries and help our own. Help them how? I'm moving. I'm getting out of this fucking country. I'm taking my kids. We're starting over somewhere else.
Please.
I'm really,
this entire.
I'm getting sick of that. Then just go.
Just do it. Yeah, you don't. It's not an airport. You don't have to announce your departure. Just go.
Just go.
It's like the Bruce Wayne. Just please leave. Go. It's not a joke.
Yes,
it's not a joke.
That's the first Batman.
Yep.
And I hope all the fucking
Batman Begins.
Yeah, that's the first one with Christian
All of you
Bale.
two-faced phonies, just go.
Republicans that voted for Trump burn with it.
Hey, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say it one time and one time.
All right. You know, we sometimes hit the brothers and sisters hard. Not tonight.
A lot of motherfuckers thinking it, but they ain't gonna say it. Listen here, I don't give a fuck about y'all losing y'all food stamp. I'm 25 with no motherfucking kids. I get up at 6 o'clock to go to work, and at the end of the work, I go coach kids. It's just not hard for you motherfuckers out here with kids. It's hard for us too. And no fucking way do I want my hard-earned tax money going towards you and your 9 fucking kids just because you couldn't get off your fucking back and go get a job or tell a motherfucker to wear a car. So no, I do not give a fuck because you're losing your benefits. Bitch, get off your ass, go get a job, do what the fuck you gotta do to raise your fucking kids because you fucking had them. I'm not paying for your fucking kids anymore. I don't give a fuck about that. Them kids can fucking starve. If you don't care enough to get off your ass and go feed them, why the fuck should my tax money have to do it? The using and abusing of the system is over. Cause us motherfuckers who can't get SNAP benefits or free medical, bitch, we still gotta make a way. So if they've been saying fuck us for the longest, it's fuck y'all. Tired of motherfuckers getting a free pass and I'm over here busting my ass without no help. Bitch, you could do the same. Sorry you made poor life choices.
I love it. I tell you, man. Like I said, we're occasionally a little hard, but they are out there. These based brothers and sisters. And all I can say is well said. I mean, it's not our fault you guys had, 9 fucking kids from, 6 different daddies. Sorry. Yeah, doggo. Amen, brother. Hashtag preach.
Hi, this is Haley McKnight. I'm a constituent in Helena.
So this is actually a Democrat candidate, Haley McKnight.
From Montana.
Probably, I think she's running for a district alderman or something like that. But this is to Senator.
Court of County Clerks.
Yeah, Court of County Clerks. To Senator Tim Sheehy. You can probably guess if it's being spotlighted here, she probably doesn't have a lot of sane and rational things to say to Senator Tim Sheehy. So let's listen.
Montana, and I just wanted to let you know that you are the most insufferable kind of coward and thief. You just stripped away health care for 17 million Americans, and I hope you're really proud of that. I hope that one day you get pancreatic cancer and it spreads throughout your body so fast that they can't even treat you for it.
It's not very nice.
They're the worst. These liberal leftist women. They're the worst creatures.
Reminds me that when those 2 grown women smashed the egg on the girl's face. Remember when she was baking?
Yes,
yeah. The little girl then did. She's like, that wasn't very nice.
Yeah.
How'd you like that if I did it to you?
I hope that you die in the street like a dog. One day you're going to live to regret this. I hope that your children never forgive you. I hope that you are infertile. I hope you never manage to get a boner ever again. You are the worst piece of shit I've ever had the misfortune of looking at. And you don't serve Montanans. You serve your own private interests. All that you have done since you've gotten into power is do shit for yourself. God forbid that you ever meet me on the streets because I will make you regret it. Fuck you. I hope you die.
There you go. The Democratic Party motto in 2026. Fuck you. I hope you die.
I hope you never get a boner.
Yeah, I hope you never get a boner again, too. Fucking insane. Insane. The number of men that just will go along with their dumb wives who are like, okay, yeah, this is exactly what we need to do. Sure, honey, I'll stand outside the Tesla dealership.
So what does she do? She's a Democratic candidate.
Yeah, it's like some
So
local or maybe really small statewide office. I can't remember. I didn't bother to learn it. But yeah, I wonder how she did. Now I'm wondering. Haley McKnight. Somebody look it up. How did Haley McKnight do?
She lost to the dead woman.
If yesterday was any indication, she probably won.
I just had the worst experience ever at the gym, at Gold's Gym, and I think this is probably happening at gyms across America, where like trans women are going into the women's locker room and not really caring about how women feel about it. And it's really hurtful, yo. Like, how you gonna say you want to be a woman or that you are a woman, but you don't give a fuck how women feel? Today I was naked in the locker room. I turned around and there's a man there. And boys, like...
This is the dude.
Boy clothes, lip gloss, standing there looking at me, I'm butt naked. So the first thing I think is maybe there's a worker in here, maybe I missed a sign. I say the word sir to say, sir, what are you doing in here? He goes, don't fucking talk to me. I'm a woman. I have a right to be in here. Immediately, I'm fucking pissed because I'm butt naked. I feel violated. I feel
She did not... Hold on, Double D.
Yeah.
She was running for some... I don't know what the fuck she was running for. But she lost to a girl named Melinda and a guy named Ben.
Okay.
So she took third, and it looked like two candidates moved on.
Okay, yeah.
So
maybe
she didn't win anything,
so
right? So she's out of the election, whatever.
I was hoping in a state like Montana that something like that wouldn't fly.
Weird. Like, I don't want to deal with this, right? So the girls are walking in and they're seeing the commotion and they
I'd like it if your daughter came home and said, yeah, Dad, you want to see the person that was in the locker room as I was changing, and it's this creature on the right. How are we feeling about that, chat? How are we feeling about that?
Actually chime in and say, yo, I don't know why he's in here. He's not supposed to be in here. And then I talk to the people that work at Gold's Gym and they don't really have anything to do. They just like, oh, we can file a report about it, incident report. What the fuck is going on? Like, listen, how can you say you're a woman or you want to be a woman and you don't care how women feel? That's nothing more manly than not giving a fuck about how women feel. I'd like
starting to catch on, sister.
To think. And I get it, like,
examine your choices.
Everybody has their own things, and I don't
appropriately
explain. I don't want to say that I know everything about gay rights or trans rights. I'm a lesbian. I've been a lesbian my whole life. I treat people how I want to be treated regardless of whatever their sexual orientation is or whatever they decide. So I'm not transphobic and I'm not homophobic. I'm not straightphobic. I'm not racist. None of these things. I just believe in treating people how I want to be treated. Why do you guys think it's okay for men to be in the women's restroom? And like, when is the cutoff point? Is it like, oh, you cut off your penis, you can come in here? Why aren't women making the laws? And if you really want to fucking be safe and feel good, why don't we just make trans restrooms? Because it ain't right. The way I feel right now. And don't come into my comments about he gay, he ain't looking at you. I don't give a fuck, bro. It's about a feeling, yo. Like, if you never been a little girl who been touched or been through some shit, you won't understand that feeling. And you've never been a little girl.
Please. I love that. Please. All right. So you want to see what she did?
OGG out.
See ya, OGG.
Gold's Gym! Men! Grown men with big dicks in the women's locker room. And that's why I'm getting kicked out. And I want to make sure the girls know.
Got a nice six-pack. I'll give it that to
yeah.
her.
The fuck?
She just gave free advertisement. That dude was a big dick.
Everybody saw that man in the fucking locker room. No one saying shit.
I love the people just going about their business as she's doing.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, I'm on her side, obviously. I think we all are. But
And I'm fucking done with it. It's fucking stupid. It's dangerous. Me naked in front of a man without my permission. But I'm the one who gets kicked out the gym, y'all. I'm terminated for not wanting men in the locker room.
see, she's suffering from the fact that black women act like that over everything,
Right.
all the
So
time.
no one's
So
listening,
nobody's
right.
paying attention. They're like,
Right.
They're not knowing that this
The
is,
boy cried wolf type thing. Yeah.
exactly. This is kind of like a righteous freak out, if you will. But it's being lost because of the countless sisters who just popped off over nothing. Spin! Another 10. Oh, my Lord.
Let's find him something new.
Yeah. We got something, a new one for one of the 3 new ones, maybe?
And that's how you scatter the roaches.
Best line in an awful movie. That's how you scatter the roaches. I remember sitting through that. Crazy Mouse has never seen Avatar. I was telling him how awful an experience it was sitting in the theater. Daughter D got sick because it was that like 3D deal. So Daughter D got sick. I'm sitting there like, when is this fucking movie going to be over? And then God is my witness. The bad guy blows up their tree of life and just burns it to the ground and then says, and that's how you scatter the roaches. And I remember just chuckling to myself, being like, it was all worth it just for that. Shout out for your Bane Mamdani X-Post Double D, the best. Thank you very much. Yes, that is basically what, if you, the core of what Mamdani proposed is what Bane proposed in The Dark Knight Rises. None will stop you. Do as you please. Okay.
My friend.
It's our favorite. She's going to do her gentle parenting. This is for Donald Trump. Do you understand there's some renovations going on at the White House?
I do.
Yeah,
Something about one of the ballrooms or something.
Tearing down the East Wing, which is a dump, so they can build a nice, classy ballroom, which is going to be completely in line with the architecture of the times. It's just going to be a nice place where you can host international visitors.
You said you were not going to knock down the White House, but it looks like you knocked down part of the White House, huh? That's a really sad choice. Did the bulldozers have different plans than your words, or did you maybe tell the bulldozers to... Yeah, I thought so.
I used to run around with a girl named Margie.
I remember.
And
Margie.
this girl sounds just like her.
If Margie ever decided to be ironic or, kind of like...
I remember she asked Gavin one time, does your tummy hurt? And he's like, well, what? What am I, 4?
Does your tummy hurt?
Knock down part of the White House. You need to put it back just the way you found it. Got it? I did say we need to leave places better than we found them, but that it's not as nice.
Mouse and Margie, how cute.
She didn't last.
Did not. I like how she got stuck here. She's like, I know you promised to leave things better. And then she was like searching for things to say because she knows that that's why he's doing it, that the place is like outdated and needs to be renovated. So
as it was before. That room's really big. And do you have that many friends?
Oh, of course. And it's always a
Your
twofer.
wife isn't coming to you asking you for permission.
Oh my gosh, I hate her.
Listen to this. You're going to love this one.
She's asking you to care. And so when she comes to you and says, what do you want for dinner? She genuinely wants you to participate in determining what to make for dinner. Because let me tell you, coming up with what to make for dinner every night is a grind. It's exhausting being the person who's always meal planning. And so she's coming to you, asking you, what do you want for dinner? She doesn't want you to say, I don't care. Your wife wants you to care. He positioned this as like silly questions.
Well, he's probably afraid to say, I want something on the grill, because you don't let him do that.
To ask your husband.
Oh, you
but
wait.
I just want to reframe this and say it is not silly for your partner to expect you to care about things.
What if I told you there was a Usual Suspects type twist to this story?
For the last 3 years or so, my husband has cooked dinner every single night.
Oh boy.
Now she couldn't be inconsistent, right? Like if he's asking her, say, what she wants for dinner, she wouldn't have a problem with that because she just in a prior video said that's what you should be doing, right?
Good night,
Not doing
Mac.
it tonight because he's working late, so I'm cooking dinner. But most nights, my husband cooks dinner for our family of 6. We have 4 kids, 2 adults, and we both work full time. And so typically,
he works.
Yeah, you're at home all day.
You do not work. You make
any job you can do in your pajamas. It ain't work.
Yeah, you make TikTok videos too.
He makes dinner, and one of the reasons he makes dinner is because he gets out of work before I do, but also because we had a conversation, probably like 3 years ago, and he came to me and he was like, what's going on? You seem burnt out. And I was like, I am burnt out. I'm like drowning in the mental load. There's so much work to be done. I need more help. And he said, I'll cook dinner. Let me cook dinner. Like, I'll start cooking dinner every single night if that helps. And I was like, that would definitely help. Please cook the dinner. I hate cooking dinner. Please cook dinner. And so he took it on, and he was like,
I hate cooking dinner. Okay.
Yeah, I like cooking. I enjoy cooking dinner. I don't mind doing that. I'm happy to cook dinner. So he starts cooking dinner. But every single night before he starts cooking dinner, he would come into my office because I work later than him, and he would say, what should I make for dinner?
Wait, so he goes down to where you're working?
Yeah.
Or is it just down the hall?
Yeah. Is it just in the spare room where you're fucking off making
TikToks,
videos?
right?
And every single night I would say, I don't know. What do you want to make for dinner? And he'd say, I don't know. Why don't you tell me? Like, I want to make something you want. Like, tell me what you...
These videos were released within like a week of each other. I'm like, I'm shocked that she didn't even think like in the back of her mind, like, oh, this, you know what? This isn't going to look very good. In the one video, I'm saying, you know, we just want you to care. That's why we're asking. And then in the other one, I'm berating him for asking
And
me, like you're bothering me.
every single night, I would have to go through the inventory in my brain of what was in the fridge, what's in the pantry, what vegetables we have, what the kids like, what they don't like, and say, I don't know, why don't you make, you know, the turkey with the broccoli and a side of risotto or whatever. And I would come up with dinner, and I would tell him what to make for dinner, and then he would go and make it. And then if the kids hated it, it was essentially my fault because mom came up with dinner.
Did not happen. If they didn't like dinner, they'd blame the cook. Lord. Skinny Chad for 5. Mental load. TikTok for doing nothing all day is exhausting.
Yeah.
But one day he came to me and I was like, I need you to stop asking me this. Like, if you're actually going to take on the work and the mental load of cooking dinner, then you need to look in the fridge, see what
happened to he just wanted to see if you cared.
Yeah.
Isn't that what you just said?
we have, what's about to expire.
She has no punctuation.
Think about what vegetable would go well.
All these millennial women like this, they just...
Like with that meat, think about what sides we need. Think about what the kids are going to eat. Like, is there anything on their plate they're actually going to eat? And then make that dinner. Make that dinner. And know, oh, is this going to make a lot? Will we have leftovers tomorrow? Won't we have leftovers for tomorrow? Like, don't leave that work with me. That's not fair. You've taken on cooking dinner, but you've still left half the work on my plate where I have to constantly know what we have and then tell you what to make. Like, delegate the meal to you. So I'm still doing the meal planning and all of that work when you're the one cooking dinner. And so at that time, he said, okay, like, I will do it. I will figure it out. And I'm just here to report that less than a few months into him being the sole person cooking dinner, he too hated cooking dinner because coming up with what to make every single night for your family can be exhausting. It's exhausting.
Turkey and risotto don't go together. Thank you.
Turkey and risotto. And she came up with that, didn't she?
Yeah, turkey, risotto, and broccoli.
Oh, Lord. Isn't like risotto pretty much just rice?
It is. It's like a creamier version of rice. It's and there's shortcuts, but it's a labor intensive rice.
Well, I know like that's what Gordon Ramsay always has in his kitchen.
Yeah. It's a good test.
Yeah, exactly. I imagine it's probably a good test. It's burnt, you donkey. Okay. Thank you.
I don't like Paige Turner.
I do not either. I do not like her. Sam, I am. All right. So we'll go into as we're going off. I wanted to talk to you guys about what I thought was a pretty good D&D style movie.
Porridge. That was something that we had eaten our cult when I was younger. We had porridge a lot.
I feel bad for you.
We had something about the cult came up about eating wheat germ and Retsin. Saccharin.
Retsin.
Remember certs with Retsin?
Oh, yeah. I remembered. Those
look like
little,
piece
little
of tin
dots,
foil.
Right?
Yeah,
They were
like tin foil. Certs was like a snack.
Mm-hmm.
Saccharin, the alfalfa sprouts, carob.
It's got Retsin.
Certs with Retsin.
It's got Retsin in it.
Not ricin.
Not ricin, yeah. That wouldn't be so good. All right, I'm going to try this. Occasionally, YouTube has just shut down the stream. I'm going to see if I can outwit the system here a little bit and just show you clips of a movie. If it doesn't work, then we'll see. Well, I don't know. We'll see you later.
Antonio says, "How's Mouse turned out normal? Is he pretending?"
Trust me, I know something of Mouse. I know his brothers. He was a 1 in a million shot, and he made it.
Yep.
He was.
I know what you're referring to.
Yeah, he's. Yeah. All right. So, all right. And by the way, if you have to scoot or something, Crazy Mouse,
we're good right
you
now.
Can. Okay. Like I said, I can.
Sophia Mouse she works part-time at Chick-fil-A, and Mrs. Mouse works seasonal with, she's a colleague of Sydney Sweeney's at American Eagle. And we were nervous that Mrs. Mouse was going to forget Sophia Mouse at work today, but she did not. And Derek Mouse was off work tonight.
Right, now I will need control here because I got to do some scrubbing on this
You're
video. Rather than putting it into clips,
Manga Max says Mouse didn't turn out normal. Crazy's in his name.
It's the only thing crazy about him. Have you guys seen this movie?
Certs were discontinued 7 years ago. We used to find where my dad would hide the certs so we could eat them. They were he used to eat the fruit flavored ones. Remember, they were like reddish colored.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like, whoa, I found the certs with the rats in.
Badger, Sinbad, Jason and the Argonauts. No, those are great movies too, and maybe we'll do those. This is a movie that not a lot of people have heard of, but like the director, like he directed. I believe he might have directed like Planet of the Apes and Patton, so that would get my attention. So would the fact that Charlton Heston is leading it. And as you see there, Richard Boone, a.k.a. the voice of Smog. You have nice manners for a thief. All right, so I'm going to give you guys a little taste of this movie because it involves a piece of, I guess, what is now sort of like pop culture. It kind of found its way into pop culture, and we've even, I think, talked about it before. It is a central theme in this movie, but I'll use that as a little tease for you. Okay, so I'm going to scrub to some certain spots here of the video.
And it wasn't all I don't want to besmirch all my brothers. It was one brother and my dad.
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Charlton Heston, was he the voice in Tombstone?
He was the guy at the ranch. He was the at the end, when they stayed at his ranch.
Yeah, yep.
That was Chuck Heston, yep. Planet of the Apes. Big in the guns rights community was Charlton Heston. A great, great man. All right, so
Aaron the Relentless is out. Have a good one.
See you, Aaron. How are we doing on YouTube? We doing okay on YouTube, guys?
Everyone,
I still see chats coming in. So
yeah,
must be okay. All right, so we have the setup here. This is a warlord sent to this dump, this like swamp.
Marvel at Mr. Mean is signing off.
He is going to represent the Duke in this place.
Snake Oil says no one's caught on yet. Still
All
good.
right.
Just acting in front of a screen.
At times they are. At times it's weird because I don't know if these are like pickup shots or I don't know, because they are there. I mean, they are in location enough. This is all filmed in Universal Cities. This is all California. I mean,
So maybe this is all like, sometimes they have to reshoot something.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like that. Yeah, like the pickup shots, like afterward, like, oh shit, we got to go back and get this, or we might need this. So I'm guessing that's what they are. But yeah, so Charlton Heston, Chris Sagan's right hand man, is Richard Boone, aka the voice of Smog, and his brother is this guy, Draco. Is there some foreshadowing there? played by I believe Guy Stockwell. Yeah, Guy Stockwell plays it, and that character next to him is I don't even know his name, but he is a midget. They loved putting midgets into these movies, which is I don't know, delightful to me. Okay, so I downloaded it a long time ago on my Plex server. I'm imagining like Amazon Prime has to have it. I looked to see if like there was a cheap, like somebody had just put a cheap copy up on YouTube, and nobody has. So, but I think you can probably rent it, maybe even on YouTube as well. It's a one of these movies that they used to have movies like this, like on Saturday afternoons on like TBS, you know, you'd see movies like this and you'd be like, oh shit, this is good. It's just, you don't quite get that anymore, just with kind of how fragmented our society has become. You know, maybe this is on some other channel, you know, that, you know, you need to know what exactly it is to see it. But this is the kind of movie you just used to midget. Okay. Now it's time for Chuck, after this has all been cleaned up, to meet his flock, to meet the villagers around that tower.
Is it called Warlord?
The Warlord.
The Warlord Disco.
Yep. There you go. Do that ever so often. Thank you. It's a very wide movie, too. Filmed in that. Okay, fair enough. You know, I don't stand for heresy, but I'm not going to fight you. I just got into town. And this is his place. I love that tower. That's got to be some sort of a tower they built, I would imagine. It says this was filmed in Universal City. So I don't think it's a miniature, but
are those people walking?
Yeah. I mean, no, it's a bit like a TARDIS. It's kind of like my Dwarven Forge Tower. It kind of has to be bigger on the inside than it is on the outside, as you'll see. Married a witch and ended up dead. I don't think they ever properly explain it.
That guy looks like Danny Trejo.
That is Richard Boone. That's whenever you hear the voice of Smaug the Dragon, you have nice manners. That is him. Great actor, great character actor from the 50s, 60s. All right, so Chuck Heston is like, I think he says like, burn that bed. Give me, you know, like, this is all. He's very suspicious of these villagers now. Love this scene too. He's out on the at the top of the tower. Here, we know, very standard storytelling. Charlton Heston's father was captured by this boy's father, you know, and came back a broken man, and now he has that man's son. He doesn't really pay attention to him for a little while, but it does kind of come back in the end, that whole story. But it kind of gets eclipsed. And it gets eclipsed due to a love story. Oh, I know. Yeah, they look like Lloyd Christmas from Dumb and Dumber.
Yes, that's a very good. Yep.
Okay. So, like I said, I'm just going to go a little bit further here, just to give you guys a taste of this. But you got to see what the. You'll be a little surprised at what's being cooked up here, at what the underpinning of this movie is. So they keep his brother and like Richard Boone, they keep needling Lord Chrysagon here, Charlton Heston, like, dude, you're the warden. You obviously like this pig girl, you know, this peasant girl. Just take her. But you know, he seems to be a man of honor. And then I think his brother has her start to work in the kitchen, the tower kitchen. And then one day, as she's down there, they come get her. I love this scene too, because it's like they come taking her up so he can, you know, have at her. Ryan, this doesn't look like semen retention. It is not. Ryan, this is a movie called The Warlord. Good
I am
movie.
personally doing.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. All right, I'll get rid of that. Thank you, brother. So they're taking her up. I thought this. All right, probably far enough to set it up. Like I said, I don't want to spoil the movie for anybody, but needless to say, everything's kind of coming together. He has this thing with the woman, but also there's also the Frisians, the little prince that he has as a captive. So obviously there's going to be a lot of combat, and there is. The last half hour of the movie is very combat heavy.
Nix, it's out.
Peace.
I think we're going to be out.
We are right behind you. Yeah, we are right behind you. So, yeah. So anyway, it's a movie I was watching this week, and I'm like, you know what? I bet you the guys would like this. There's a good heart to it, but there's some good combat too. And like, if you don't like Charlton Heston, there's something wrong with you. So, all right, boys.
Stream band. All right, we're at.
Well,
see you guys.
Just in time.
Yep.
Just in time.
For those on Rumble, see ya.
Thanks for supporting us on Rumble. Yeah, so everybody's coming over for Rumble. Yeah. They got us at the end, so I wasn't even going to show anymore. So you didn't miss much. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Good night, those 10 people that are still there.
10 people on Rumble.
See you guys.
All right. Yep. Take care, guys. We'll talk soon. And like I said, hopefully YouTube is just flexing its muscles. We'll see. All right. Take care. And peace.